machine combined to make the ultimate team. Chris Betts and John Hastings providing delicious chat that you shall be tasting. We'll be cringing to watch Mojo and how Chris promotes the show, trying to avoid phone death and occasionally having fantastic guests. You're watching Chris and John have a chat.
No, the Canadians are coming.
The homeless chums and the Mr. Machine combined to make the ultimate team. Chris Betts and John Hastings providing delicious chat that you shall be tasting. We'll be cringing to watch Mojo and how Chris promotes the show, trying to avoid phone death and occasionally having fantastic guests. You're watching Chris and John have a chat.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
The homeless chums and the Mr. Machine combined to make the ultimate team. Chris Betts and John Hastings providing delicious chat that you shall be tasting. We'll be cringing to watch Mojo and how Chris promotes the show, trying to avoid phone death and occasionally having fantastic guests. You're watching Chris and John have a chat.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
The homeless chums and the Mr. Machine combined to make the ultimate team. Chris Betts and John Hastings providing delicious chat that you shall be tasting. We'll be cringing to watch Mojo and how Chris promotes the show, trying to avoid phone death and occasionally having fantastic guests. You're watching Chris and John have a chat.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
The homeless chums and the Mr. Machine combined to make the ultimate team. Chris Betts and John Hastings providing delicious
Oh, what's going on, everybody? How is your Monday going? I was tired, but now I'm not.
Are you not tired? I was talking with Alex about some streaming. That's stream admin, and she mentioned you were tired.
I was a
Which makes
mess,
sense.
man.
Yeah. I think you're having a bit of the week I had last week, where last week I was literally like, it felt like I would go to sleep and then someone would take my body and then just beat it up while I was trying to sleep. And then I'd wake up being like, how am I more tired than I was yesterday?
I think I just did 12 straight hours of using my brain. And then I woke up this morning like on my brain though. And so after the stream, I took a nap. I feel much better.
That's good. That's real good.
It's a good ass day. How's John doing? You're looking very French today between your striped shirt, red bandana, and Montreal Expos hat. There's a lot of different French going on.
I love it. I literally put it on. I am a weird person, and Chris knows this from living with me, is I'm surface level weird. And then you dig deeper and you're like, I didn't realize how normal this guy was coming across for how weird he actually is.
I think you're sillier than you are weird. That's my favorite part.
It's silly is that I literally woke up and I was like, I want to feel like an artist today, so I'm going to dress like a douchebag artist. But I'm like, yeah, this is what an artist looks like. And I did that because I got up early and French or pirate. Alex, how about this? Oh, Baldy nailed it too. French and French Canadian.
Oh, thank you.
But you don't look French. The problem, French Canadians have such a specific vibe that it feels like it's a look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I look like an English guy living in Montreal.
Yeah. Well, that's how both of us look. But the thing with that is you have to have. I prefer the term eccentric. Oh, but eccentric is an age. You can't be eccentric in your 30s, I believe.
Yeah. Then you're just a silly bitch in your 30s. Eccentric is that John Mulaney bit. Too old to be a duckling, quack quack. That guy's eccentric.
Oh yeah. By the way, you can be eccentric if you're a gay man in your 30s, but that takes a certain level of ridiculous furniture and clothes purchases.
You got to really go for it, and even then, it's sort of just high camp.
Yeah, it is high camp. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because it's also that thing of what is this Bali location not found? Is that from your stream room?
We spent like 15 minutes trying to find Bali on a map in my stream a few months ago. I couldn't do it. Too many islands.
I also, how about this? I choose not to do it.
Oh, we had to as GeoGuessr. We knew it was Bali.
Oh, God damn it. Bali is one of those places where I would never have thought about. Then you move to the UK, and it's one of those things where you're like, I don't like these people, and they're evidently, I do not like Bali. I don't know what happens there.
Fair enough.
It's like Corfu. I don't know what happens there, but I've just heard a lot of douchebags.
Yeah, you can guess. It's the reason I never went to Ibiza. I'm good.
Yeah. This is the problem with working in bars. Is it ruins a lot of where I want to go on vacation, and you would love it. You of all of my friends would love Brunswick Heads, Australia.
All right.
So goddamn much. It's on an estuary, Chris.
What?
That's right.
Estuary mode? For real?
Yeah, exactly. And independent of the stream is when I discovered it. It's an old hippie town in northern New South Wales. It's just people that do not have jobs and don't ask where the money comes from.
Nice. Like Alaska.
Oh, yeah. Another place I'm desperate to go. They're doing comedy again. I think I had some school camps there. Fuck yeah, Alex. Everyone, you got to be associated with. Man, that's nice. I mean, part of me thinks I should just play San Andreas again. Just get that game going again.
Great game.
Great game of Among Us. You missed it yesterday. I knew there was no way you were going to play because you were so tired.
Tired.
What was the baked good you got, by the way?
She made me this sort of like improvised. There was like chocolate and some nuts in there and some blueberries and just chaos of a sort of cake, I guess you'd call it. It looked like a huge brownie. Didn't look like a cake. It looked like a really big, tasty brownie.
Yeah, John Bented caught it on camera. Sure did. I don't remember what I was talking about. I was in a place. How many? 3 subs. That's a simple one, and I don't mind doing it. Yeah, it was a fun game of John the mainly vent Hastings. Yes, Alex. By the way,
very nice.
I mean, this is superb. Alex, as it turns out, big liar.
Shocking.
Yeah, especially after her behavior yesterday to bring lying into Among Us. Then I hear it. Untitled Twitch stream corp, which is absolutely not true, but I know for 1 second she literally is going, is that true? It is not.
Look, it's
true.
Alex. This is Alex on my stream. She's an imposter. She just vented.
Yeah, she would claim that was me, but that was not me. That was her. Watch this. Yeah. So I got up early today. I'm trying to exercise better self-care. Which, like, I hate that it works. Do you hate that works? Like the idea of taking 10 minutes of being calm, the idea of turning everything off and reading a book for 10 minutes actually makes the rest of your life much better. I
works
hate
every time.
That it works. I hate
works
that
every time.
Every time. Every time it works. Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Take some time off and go to the beach. No, I don't have time. That's not going to make me feel better. Always makes me feel better. Always.
Oh yeah. Meditation out of the park. Just beautiful. Hey, Megan, what's going on?
Hate that it works. Works every time. Megan!
Works every time. Exercise, crazy. Feels so much better. So much better.
Oh, yeah.
Stop reading, put on a record, no screens at all. Oh my goodness. I'm a better human being. What did I do today? Napped in between streams, then played NBA 2K for 2 hours. Nice.
How are the 76ers doing? Speaking of NBA 2K, I don't know how to segue, but we're just going to bring in our guest. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome comedian, friend, and man who once gained 18 pounds in a week, Stephen Fury. Stephen Fury, welcome aboard, Stephen.
Hello.
Guys, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Steve, this is Chris. Stephen.
Nice
where are you right now? Is this your apartment?
Yeah, I have a tiny studio in West Hollywood. It's got my kitchen there. No, that's the kitchen. That's the bed.
Nice. I thought your cupboards were 2 fridges side by side, and I was like, "This dude fucks." This is
that's exactly what I thought too. I was like, "Do you have 2 fridges?" Because like now I understand why you put on 18. Yeah. You put on 18 pounds in a week. What happened?
Well, one, it's 2 walk-in fridges.
Nice.
And they're bigger than my apartment is. No,
1,000 apologies for being on your dick.
I gained 18 in 2 weeks, and that's what happens when you only eat barbecue and IPAs with Bert Kreischer.
Oh, because you were doing that summer tour with Dave and Bert Kreischer. Oh, so
and Dave eats like a fucking child, bro. It's just
oh my god.
Well, it's just barbecue nonstop. It's like I don't want to eat barbecue for.
So this guy Dave Williamson, who is he's like the good side of Florida if it was a guy. Like he's literally like he loves water polo, barbecue. He's always got a beer with him. Like whenever you're with him, he's just like, where'd you get that IPA? And he's just like, hey man, this hazmat factory, they got a fridge.
You bring an IPA into the movie theater? So, hey,
yeah, man. We're gonna be here for 90 minutes.
John, this is the first person we've had on the stream with a bigger water bottle than you, and I think it's important that we acknowledge it before the chat loses their shit.
Absolutely. I mean, we have to do a side-by-side comparison.
Yours is. Oh, you got the novelty one though, with inspirational. I just have the Sprouts.
Yeah, you got the old. That's stepdad kicked out of the house right there, just drinking out of an old plastic water bottle.
It's like the assistant coach water bottle.
Just for the record of Twitch's terms and services, that is tobacco. Steve.
Oh, is that a thing you can't do on Twitch?
Well,
you can absolutely smoke tobacco, Steve. Don't worry about it. Your tobacco is absolutely fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love tobacco out of water pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, it's weird that you're wasting so much tobacco smoking it out of a water pipe. But still, I like, by the way, that this is how much alleged supposed tobacco is smoked in California, is that you just walk at this point, now that LA is like Koreatown just smells like weed all day, every day. Like gentrification is here. We are high. We are graphic designers. We are willing to pay that rent.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, honestly, it's kind of got to be stoned here, like with traffic and all this stuff. It just kind of. What the hell is it?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh yeah, it's fucked up, man. He's in England.
Disgusting.
They got a weird internet there. It's so funny. Because I don't drive in LA. Everyone who talks about traffic, I find LA so much more pleasant, because traffic to me is I'm sitting in the back of an Uber listening to a podcast, zoning out. Like it's a treat.
Did you get here before COVID?
Before COVID, end of 2018. Yeah. Look at that guy. Right
okay, there. You had it then. You had because it definitely was nice. It's nicer now, and it was nicer during COVID. It was crazy. You could walk down the middle of Sunset. It was a fucking
during COVID was. I walked through. I took a bike ride, RIP, all the way through Beverly Hills.
Yeah, how's it solar?
I mean, it's all right. I can do this. I can do that. I fucking hate my physiotherapist. He's just not told me a bunch of exercises, because the doctor was like, "Are you doing?" Because there's a muscle. There's two muscles that like run under your shoulder blade, and mine are like super tight. And the doctor basically touched it, and he's like, "That's not good." And I was like, "What do I do about that?" And he's like, "You just got to stretch it. Have you been doing these two stretches?" And I was like, "No." And he's like you haven't been doing your physiotherapy? I'm like, "I've never heard of those." And he's like, "Well, you probably want to talk to your physiotherapist." And I was like, "Isn't that your fucking job? I fucking hate American healthcare. They pass the buck to me. I'm not Kaiser Permanente." Anyway, shoulder.
The Kaiser's rough down here too, man. They don't give a fuck at all, dude. I couldn't walk. Something was wrong with my knee, and I was like, I think I tore my ACL. I couldn't walk for like 3 weeks, and then I go in there, and then they check me for the torn ACL, and they go, "Yeah, it's not your ACL." I was like, "Well, are we gonna find out why I'm not walking?" And they're like, "Nah."
Now you got to guess right. You got to guess right to get the treatment, buddy. This is it's the Price is Right medical.
You guys kind of have the same voice.
It's Canada, baby.
Yeah,
you guys sound exactly the same as well.
Canada has an accent that is like everyone assumes the boot and the A, but it's like a slow New York State accent. Like we're kind of just taking it easy.
Well, also, I talk to John more than I talk to anyone else in my life at this point. We do 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, and so I think we might be becoming each other.
Yeah. I recently grew a beard and married an Iranian.
Hey, my best friend's Iranian.
Hey. So is mine.
Yeah.
Don't say your best friend is your wife. Imagine if you guys are both best friends with Sadaf.
That'd be great.
You're married to Hormuz Rashidi?
Yeah, it's very gentle, surprisingly.
Is your best friend's named Hormuz Rashidi?
Yeah.
ABD.
Are they a comedian?
Yeah, he's a store door guy.
Yeah.
I've
totally met this guy.
Yeah. I mean, if he's there, I'm there. He's gonna be next to me probably somewhere.
The last name is what confused me, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah. Well, when you're named Hormuz, you can just go by Hormuz. There's not that many.
Yeah, I thought it was his last name. It's the problem. So all right, so you did that tour. When you say Dave eats like a child, what do you mean for breakfast? Is he having barbecue for breakfast?
Bro, it's the leftovers from last night. He cuts that up, puts it in eggs. There's no vegetables. There's no fish. There's no. I remember I was like, can we get a different thing? You know, like it's like day 9. I mean, it's all really good because he's very, very good and he has the best equipment you can buy. But it's like day 9. I'm like, can we get something different? He's like, yeah. Let's go get some barbecue sandwiches. I'm like, I meant like Japanese food, dog.
Wait a minute. So you're in a tour bus. He's got a barbecue set up. You go, we need to do some variety. And he goes, you got it. Let's drive and buy what I could make.
Yes, barbecue sandwiches. And I was just like, and there's no vegetables, man. But it's like, I mean, the first like 5 days, it's really cool. But it's also just like taxing, man. You know, it's like barbecue food's not a thing. Like I'm seeing all these guys, all the guys who moved down to Austin. Every day they're just like taking pictures with barbecue. And it's like, that's not something that you can function after, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you put you down.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why everyone's so fucking chill in the South.
Yeah.
They eat a barbecue and they have a mint julep and they're like nap time. This is
something.
That's why they needed slaves. They were so full of barbecue. They just couldn't do the goddamn work.
Yep. Good. Yeah. Let's just make sure that we have Chris, the man in a red hat, smoking what looks to be a thin cigarette, just saying, no, that's why they needed slaves. I wish they'd bring them back. It's something I do think about all the time is like all of the cuisine of America is all for the wrong climate. Like you go, like Southern cuisine is all just like, well, you get a bunch of shrimp and you boil it over a big fire for 8 days in a swamp. And then you go to New York and it's like, well, you take a bagel lightly toasted. You want it to be cold. And that's it.
New York's all hand food. And it's like, I feel like this is the one place you should never eat something with your hands in New York.
Ooh, thank you so much for the follow. I don't know who followed me, but I love you. Ooh, Savvy123, thank you for subscribing. You're a hummus chum. Bex Naughty BS has subscribed. Thank you so much.
Those were gifted. Those were gifted for sure.
Oh, I have to draw a mustache on myself.
Yeah, you have to draw a mustache on yourself.
But I want to just finish this. Yeah, it's true. New York especially is the weirdest place to have all hand foods. When anytime you're in New York, you just are, every day you think at a certain point, why did I touch that?
So I was like, I think I have piss on my hands and it's not mine.
Yeah, like I was so not surprised that they had problems with Corona because that entire city is just someone coughing in your mouth.
Close too.
Here's the weird thing too about Fury is Fury. You seem like you're an East Coast guy, but you're a West Coast guy. Like I don't know what it is.
Had a lot.
Yeah, you do. I just assumed you were East Coast. Yeah.
It's like you got New Jersey vibes. I'm like, I don't know if that's an insult or not, but
it is absolutely not an insult. New Jersey is so fucking pleasant. If you go to everyone who's like New Jersey sucks, you literally drive 30 minutes and you're just in a beautiful, quaint park having an ice cream cone surrounded by the stupidest Italian people you've ever met in your entire life. I was in New York in it was 2019, but we were already talking about the election. And I was talking with like neighbors of my uncle. And one of them was like, listen, I don't like Trump. But here's the thing. He's loud like me. I like that. And I was like, we're going based on volume of voice now? Like, what the fuck? Steve Fury, by the way, is using our stream as an opportunity to audition for being a Bond villain, by the way.
Yeah. Put glove on, too.
That grooming glove on a cat. You want to see shit? If you groom that groom glove gets all the hair off of a cat. And you've never seen a cat go from I don't like people to these people are all right. Like, look at this cat is having the best day.
She like freaks out when I get it. And it's like you have to do it on these fucking long-haired cats because they just fuck up everything. I had to upgrade my whole, like my buddy was moving. He's one of the people who moved and he couldn't bring a cat. So then he gave me this one. And it's like I had to upgrade my vacuum. I had to get this kind of stuff. It's just like, all right, I didn't know this thing was going to be a huge thing, but I do like this cat a lot.
The chat's got to know, what is the cat called?
So this is the funny thing, and I didn't tell my buddy this, but he had the cat for about 3 years until he gave it to me. And he had originally named it Arya, like from Game of Thrones. But like me, as a grown man, I can't have a cat named after fucking Game of Thrones. So I named her after a basketball player, Tyrese Halliburton on the Kings. Her name's Allie, and he recently found out, and he was pretty sad.
Are you a Kings fan? That's a rough life.
It is a rough life, man. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't like losers. I don't like winners. It's too easy. Then you get banned.
The chat is demanding to see the cat. By the way, like there's literally people going, cat. Oh no! Now someone's saying, let the cat decide if it wants to show itself.
Oh wow! Look at that cat.
Hallie.
That's a sweet cat.
Does Hallie like the studio apartment in West Hollywood?
She's like just like one of the most insanely chill cats, but she's just super cute. So it's like, I always had the theory like cats are kind of like Android phones where like they always get measured to iPhones. You know how good's the new Android? Is like this thing has a better camera than the iPhone, and that's kind of like dogs are iPhones and cats are Androids. And she is pretty good, other than the fucking hair that's always everywhere.
Yeah, that's just a cat.
Classic Android.
Cat is saying,
Furry.
oh, wait, because I'm sort of I have this sort of a similar thing where it's not that I don't go for losers. I hate rooting for Canadian teams just because I'm Canadian. Like I root for the Ottawa Senators as a hockey team just because it's the only team I care about. The rest of them, I could give a like. I don't like the Toronto Blue Jays, and I never will. And Roberto Alomar definitely did that shit.
Wait.
What did Roberto Alomar do? I love Roberto Alomar.
Senators?
Pardon me? The Ottawa Senators?
Did they move from what's Washington, D.C.? Nationals?
That's a baseball team. We're going baseball and hockey. The Ottawa Senators are a hockey team.
Ovechkin, right?
That's the Washington Capitals.
That's the Washington Capitals.
Yeah.
You guys have Senators up there?
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
They got a red room and they're not elected.
Yeah, they're appointed like in England.
Yeah, they're appointed and they're constantly found being corrupt. One of them had one of the largest one of the largest real estate portfolios in Canada. Just illegal, just full illegal. Like was changing laws to benefit him. Make an explosion. Wait, you're not a Raps fan? No, I grew up in the 90s and like everyone in the 90s, Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got the Kings, but I mean, it's nice being down here just arguing with all these Lakers fans, and I have no way to other yard. The funniest thing is like being a Kings fan is like everyone is still so caught up in the 2002 playoffs thing that Donahue did to us that they still bring it up, and it's 20 years.
I don't know what that is. I want you to tell me. I have to go get a marker to put a mustache on my face before the chat writes, and then I want to know that story because Chris is also
I'm a Sixers fan.
He's a Sixers fan, and listen, I don't follow sports that much, but I love sports minutia chat. Like
talk about it while you get up, or wait for you. Well,
we'll wait for 2002. We'll talk about the Kings for now.
Yeah.
And then sit on 2002 for now. Yeah. What do you? Because like I'm a Sixers fan, so I've been enjoying like trust the process, all that shit. Like we're terrible, and now we're like awesome, and it's fucking great. Mm-hmm. Which is what the Kings we thought they were going to be. I mean, you must be looking at the Suns like, what the fuck is going? Oh, XS Malarkey rated. Welcome, Raiders. Sorry, Steve. I just we got to address the new audience that walked in the room. Are you familiar with Twitch at all, Steve?
No, I didn't know I was on Twitch right now. I thought I was on a weird other thing.
What's up, Raiders? Twitch is basically they do this raid thing where it's like at the end of your show, it's like if you walked your crowd into another comics show.
Oh, okay.
And so it's ratings. I just got rated. Hello, Raiders. Welcome to the show. It's from XS Malarkey, which is an awesome comedy show in Manchester. And they've been live streaming it for ages. Welcome, guys. How was the show? Hope you're doing well. We got Steve Furry, an LA comic on. You're LA, right? I'm not wrong. Yeah, you said West Hollywood. Yeah. We got an LA comic on. I'm here with John Hastings. We're doing the Untitled Twitch stream. Give me a follow if you like. I'd love to have you. If not, just sit back, enjoy the show.
Do we play video games?
No, not on this. I play video games in the afternoon, but on this we just talk shit.
And I play video games after this, but we don't know how this really works anyway. So to try and figure out how to stream video games, like the only thing we can mainly do is we figured out how to get Danny DeVito to crawl out of Chris's chest.
I mean, you can open and close with that. That's pretty good.
Harrowing.
Raiders, welcome. Now, Steve, big question from the chat, and we will explain this, and then we will talk about the 2002 playoffs for the Kings. What is your opinion on Batman beds?
For a grown man, pro or
let's say a Twitch stream was about to hold a telethon on Monday for 12 hours to raise money to buy one guy a Batman bed. Are you pro or against that?
So are we talking like a race car one? Like, but with Batman?
Okay, yeah. Right there. We're talking that bed right there.
Okay, and is it man-sized? Like you get a double in there?
Well, he is not man-sized. So we could we could get, it's probably like he's like teenage-sized?
I think there's like a double, though. I think there's a double one, right?
We found a double. We found a double.
I think I would say do it if you don't plan on getting a new girl soon. Like if you're either already dating someone or you're like just maybe celibate, then it'd be good because walking into someone's room after you had a great dinner and finding that they have a Batman bed is more than a red flag. It'd be like a giant hole in the ground that you fell into the abyss.
See, we had the opposite. We figured that if they walk in and there's a Batman bed in there and they're like, fuck yeah, Batman bed, you just cut out like 3 months of not knowing if they're good or not. Straight to the point, we're going to work or we're not going to work. So
yeah, if you get laid primarily from what's the nerd thing in Comic-Con, then you're
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
We are buying this bed for Joss Whedon in 2001.
Is he the bad one or is he the good one?
Oh, he's the bad one.
He's the bad one. He's the bad one, and he's the bad one, and he's a bad one, and all like he was a bad one, did some fucked up shit, and then said a bunch of like fucked up shit that was also unnecessary. Thank you for following Wax and Lex.
Wax and Lex. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Messiverse.
How do you change your background? I don't want to have my stupid background.
What's that?
I think you need a green screen.
Yeah, we got green screens.
We got green screens.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Invested in all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time doing this.
The Zooms just let you do it though.
I know this thing's annoying because you can't like Zoom is so much more complicated. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, and also I couldn't use the Zoom one because I'm so fucking pale after a year in my house and living in England that my face wouldn't show up. I would get the background on my face and the wall would be fine.
They're like, we got to go green. Any other color that's not human or even related.
Next question, and I there is a video component to this. So you're pro Batman bed. I still, by the way, say, and this is a thing, and I think this is a cultural divide thing because I've talked about this in my real life, and all Americans make the same point as you, which is you bring a girl back, she sees the Batman bed, big giant red flag. Who doesn't mention the Batman bed at dinner? Like, if I got a Batman bed, third thing I'm saying, by the way, you should know I have a Batman bed.
Do you know any riddles?
Yeah. Do you like Batman?
Dude, I would treat it like I had like herpes or something. I would like make them love me first.
Oh, interesting.
You know, like I'm like, hey, this guy just for some reason doesn't ever have sex or want his wiener to be looked at or anything. And then I make them fall in love. And then I'm like, you got to decide. Do you want to catch a case of Batman bed or do you want to leave me? That's what I would do.
That's an interesting perspective, and I think is a very American move, which is sort of what America has done to the world. America,
on the back end.
Yeah, see, there's the Batman.
Look how happy he is. Look how happy this guy is.
He's driving to an STI clinic. I got herpes and a Batman bed.
That's gonna be hard to get laid, man.
I don't think it's that hard to get laid.
I don't think so either.
It's a thing. What it is simply this. And by the way, I have met your girlfriend. You don't get to look confused. Your girlfriend is an absolute amazing human being. Yeah, like you don't get to sit there and be like, I got a real trouble with the lady department, and because I was about to be like, you don't. I don't have
a Batman bed. That's just adding a level.
I disagree. I think text your girlfriend right now. The first, if we had met, the difference is you can't spring Batman bed on her. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Like if I went to a girl's house and she just had like a Polly Pocket bed or something, I would be like, this was severely molested.
Up and there's a mirror on one side
here, and then you walk around. I'm like, unless I'm doing Mad Max or whatever I think that was the boys' version, Mighty Max.
It was
Mighty Max.
Mini Max, Max Mini?
Mighty Max. That shit was fire. That was like Game Boys before Game Boys.
I mean, Baldy does make a really good point. I don't have a Batman bed and I'm divorced. So maybe this is also the thing of maybe it's just, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine if you went to a girl's house and she had a Batgirl bed.
I would be so in. Like, if you had a Batman bed and she had a Batman, oh my God, I didn't even consider
Is that a thing? What does Batgirl even drive?
I think she drives a motorcycle.
So it's like a bunk bed? Or just like
I have to know more. I have 3 William Shatners in my room, not affected my D game.
Oh, it's a girl too.
Yeah, it's Ashley Story, a very funny comedian from Scotland.
Oh, nice.
I feel like guys are very like sick. Bill's gonna watch this happen? Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's weird is if it was Bones, I wouldn't do it. I just feel like I wouldn't.
A bone altar bed.
Yeah. What was that?
Wait, are you like the bed was made out of bones?
No,
like the doctor from Star Trek.
As Doc McCoy was nicknamed Bones.
Oh, dude, I thought you meant like, I mean, if they had a bed made of bones, I might not do it. I'm like, dude, what is going on in other countries?
No, I got news for you. I'm 100% doing it. If you walk in, it's a bed made, but all I would go is human or animal. And if they go human, I'm out. Animal, have yourself a time. You're gonna see some shit. Like that's one where you're not thinking about the sex. You're thinking about calling your friends to be like, guess what wildness I got up to while you have kids. I just had sex in a bone bed.
It's also like, you got to ask the question: is it a bed or an altar? Like, am I?
Right? Yeah. No, you
sex,
do have
am I
to,
spawning?
And if it's an altar to what?
Yeah.
What are we praising here? That's very important.
What could be a fun bone thing? Fun bone person.
Yeah. Well, the problem with a bone bed is there's no way that that's positive. Like,
What if it's like a what is it? Something S pumpkins. David S pumpkins. So it's like bones all around, and she's dressed like Tom Hanks in that SNL skit. Then that's a fun bone bed. I
actually
that's
hate
fun.
that. I hate that more than that being satanic, because then she's just really into a sketch from SNL in 2016. Like that's even creepier. You walk in and she's like, "I'm just a big David S. Pumpkins fan." You're like, "No one's supposed to be a fan of Saturday Night Live now. You're just impressed your friends get on it and never watch it."
Yeah, that's true. Or you watch the first two and you're like, "Man, maybe this isn't for me." What about? I got one for the bone bed. Night before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. You could do that. You could do a Jack Skellington, and you've seen those type of girls. She probably has an OnlyFans, has like weird like anime kitty ears.
This is very LA specific, and yes,
again, very Comic-Con again as well.
Yeah, very Comic-Con. Very.
Also, is it just me, or does every human being statistically in Los Angeles at this point have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, every girl that doesn't have a job, like just a comedian, like an actual job actress, has an OnlyFans. And I mean, I got a friend who was pretty good looking. She makes $13K a week.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
13 stacks
a week, dog.
That's
and
God.
she place in Beverly Hills. She like Postmates her food all the time, and I mean, she puts a lot into it. Like she does like little outfits and lights and all that shit. And I think, but it's like, God damn, 13K. No one could ever get mad at you because it's like, I make so much more money than you make in a month.
That's
30K in a month would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince a friend of mine who just lost his job to go on OnlyFans because he's a very angry Scottish man, and I just think there'd be something so funny about just a furious guy, fully dressed, feet out, just feet, nothing else, being like, "You like that? You dumb fuck, you piece of shit." I'd love that. I think he'd clean up.
Okay, we got a couple of things coming in that I just need to address. Just to go back to the bed question, what about when you go to an adult women's bed and she has many soft toys? I've never encountered this, but again, as long as I'm warned, I'm fine with anything.
I'm fine with it as long as like we can sweep them off the bed.
I don't even care about that. I will have sex on the soft toys.
It's hard to get purchased. It's
it's
like doing it on gravel.
You guys are looking past red flags. Like if I go to a girl's house and it's like all Disney, like there's a reason that she's like this, and it's probably not healthy. Soft toys, that's fine. I mean, I don't however many, that's good. But like the Disney people, the Disney ones, to me, I've never met a normal person and then found out they were into Disney. I've always met like kind of someone who's kind of weird, and then you go to their house and it's got like all this Disney shit everywhere.
Ooh,
that sounds right.
Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, Richard Wright. You are still a hummus jump. That's an interesting point. I just don't see what removes a red flag for me is as long as I'm told about it. Do you know what I mean? Because then what it is it's that person acknowledging they know it's a bit weird.
Then it's a quirk.
It's a quirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm saying this as a weird guy. It's also saying someone who is starting to date as a recently divorced person. You have to kind of just throw that out immediately and see how it's gauged. And I'll tell you, some people hate it.
Yeah, I love that. I love your first date. You're like, I bite my fingernails. I'm divorced. I have a Batman bed. I killed my dog when I was 12.
I have herpes. I got a long-haired cat. I got 2 walk-in fridges, both bigger than my apartment. And for the record, you'll be paying for dinner and for the condoms.
Speaking of that, one of the people
very high.
One of the people in the chat keeps having a run-in with the same old lady. like 3 days in a row. The same old lady keeps coming at her. So the person in the chat's name is ODR. The first time, ODR is sitting on a bench with her new girlfriend, and this old woman just walks up, like 80s, and just goes, you two having sex? When I was your age, I was a hoe.
Yeah.
And then just walks off. And that's a wrap. I was a hoe. See you later. Next day, finds him, walks up, snatches an ice cream cone out of her hand, out of ODR's hand, just walks away, doesn't say a fucking word. Pow, that's my ice cream now. And apparently today, walked up, slamming back some mango Monster. Was like, you want some of my Monster? No, 80-year-old lady, no thank you. And she's like, no problem. Gave her 100 kroner, which is about $10. And then walked off again. These are a lot of red flags.
Wait, first of all, do we know what country ODR is in?
I think it's Norway.
Yeah, this explains all of it. Yeah, then she's just in Scandinavian people are like chimpanzees. Past a certain age, they just go fucking crazy.
Probably the darkness, right? Isn't it dark?
Yeah, it's like the darkness.
Yeah.
It's the darkness. It's also like if you're in Norway, you also have subsidized income. So you're like your pension is clear and you can see death and there's no consequences. You go and get nuts. Like America was very smart in that, yeah, you can have access to a lot of guns. It's also systemic poverty. You're going to be working until you're dead. Because if not, them old people will be going crazy. Look, they gave America a year off and they stormed the Capitol and are pretty sure vaccines will turn you into a communist Chinese person. Imagine if all old people were taken care of.
Well, I think you're missing something. This woman could be actually a fairy godmother.
Oh,
magic.
Elaborate.
Because it's like first time she's, you got a fairy godmother comes in encouraging you to express yourself and your libido. Second day, saving you from, cholesterol. Third day, little $10 blessing. Tomorrow, you could get like a small GoPed or something. Who knows what this magical woman will bring you?
I mean, I want you to know, ODR has just dropped a little piece of information about the woman that actually makes the whole thing way more confusing. Turns out she's my teacher's uncle's dog's first owner. I don't know how I know that, but I do. Part of me now doesn't believe anything ODR is saying. I got to be totally honest.
Fair.
Sounds like a random word generator, like when you hit the space bar on your iPhone and it just puts together a sentence that you might say.
It's like how Donald Glover got his rap name. Like how Donald Glover got his rap name.
I thought that wasn't the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, that was the Wu-Tang, just random name generator.
I was most of the guys. That whole generation of guys was all. I'm pretty sure. I think Action Bronson might have been one. I think they were all. Because you can still go to it. I do it all.
Wait, the Wu-Tang Clan random name generator? Oh my god, I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
We're all right. I'm doing it right now.
Am I?
There's two of them. One of them's the real one, and one's a kind of a fake one. They're both pretty good though.
Which one's the OG one? My mustache is here. It's just very badly drawn on.
I don't 100% know. You can kind of see it.
It's got to be WuTangClan.net/name generator, right?
Also, one other one. I just did this with my girlfriend like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, WuTangClan.net name generator or mess.b I nickname Wu generate. No, it's WuTangClan.net. I'm going with that one.
Woo me.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Oh, I didn't get anything.
Oh, fuck yeah. Mine is so good.
What is yours?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to just change my name right here to it.
Why isn't mine working? I'm not getting shit on this.
The name is Sorcerer Alarming, motherfuckers. I got news for you.
That's pretty.
Ooh.
Mine was like Wizard something.
Creator Speedy. That's pretty good.
That's fun.
Oh, you have. I don't have a. All right, I gotta go look for. Ooh, he got Dynamic Criminal. That's fucking amazing.
All right, now I gotta go and do it again.
This just isn't working for me at all.
Why isn't it working for you? I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna do it with my full name. Oh my god. John Robert McNeish Hastings, you want to know what my name now is, motherfuckers? From now on, you will call me Adjudicator Wandering. What the fuck does that mean?
I got Commander Aggressive.
Oh,
Look out.
Stevie, what did you get?
Oh wow, mine is crazy good actually. Let me see. How can I change my name? Well, 3 dots on the side. Edit name.
Yeah.
Look at this. I mean, this is. I'm gonna name my son this.
They're all gonna
Monkey
laugh
Tough?
at you.
Monkey Tough.
Oh, I like Monkey Tough. I want that on my truck. I want Ford to release a Monkey Tough F-150.
That's so good.
Just throw shit.
Tet 87.9 Fearless Specialist.
Damn.
Ashley Manning got Commander Aggressive.
Oh no, that was me. Commander Aggressive likes to choke you with Disney toys.
Phantom Magician. Brainiac Alarming. That was badass.
Oh, Bandit Erratic. That one's sticking. I like that one.
You got Bandit
Done.
Erratic?
Bandit Erratic.
I got Magician Wacky. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I am right. I knew it was this. The real one is actually the other one.
Oh, okay. What's the other one?
Yeah, this one, because if you look at the new one you're on, it's like copyrighted 2001. This one is made in 2002, and it's this is the one that Donald Glover talked about. It's the mess mess.be/I-Nick-Jen-Wu-name.php. I would just do the search for the names again, and then it's the second one.
Got it.
I've done it. I got a new name. I think it's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, mine's sick.
I'm Irate Menace.
Ooh.
I mean, Bandit Erratic is pretty fucking great. Midnight Desperado.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's pretty sick.
Is that Donald Trump? Arrogant and
Profound Menace. I'm sticking with Bandit Erratic though. I like that shit.
I know, but we could
Kind of like Monkey Tough mode too. I got Lucky Destroyer.
Yeah, Monkey Tough. Monkey Tough's the one.
Can I say this about? Am I supposed to hate?
How tough is he? Monkey Tough. Oh shit, this guy's MMA.
That guy's Monkey Tough, bro.
Like in Bloodsport, Monkey Tough.
Is it the second day in a row we've referenced the monkey from Bloodsport? Or was that?
I hope we reference him every day.
Oh, is that the guy?
Yeah, you know the guy that sort of like hops around. Yeah. Monkey Man.
He's called Monkey Man.
No, I just always called him the Spider Monkey because that's what he reminded me of. But he's dude is monkey tough. That guy is fucking monkey tough.
Monkey tough.
Until sumo wrestler broke his back. That was a shame.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, there should have been some sort of weight categories in Bloodsport.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked.
Because it's like just send the biggest guy.
Tom Tucky's Irate Commander.
Appropriate.
Ashley Story, Excessive Bastard.
Excessive Bastard was pretty good.
With an X?
Gentleman Observer.
Alex Watson got No Worries. Oh my God, Insane Watcher. Oh my God, Elliot Steele. These are people that have appeared a lot on this very program.
Amateur Contender.
Nice.
And if you know that guy, Elliot Steele, I got to tell you, Steve, you'd love him. But how do I sum up? He lives in London, and recently it was discovered that he was trying to buy California Kush weed using Facebook statuses.
Dude, my buddy, when Silk Road was popping.
Oh, yes.
He's kind of like a nerdy guy from the Bay Area. He was a developer, so he got in real early. He bought an ounce of mushrooms off Silk Road for 300 Bitcoin back in the day.
These stories break my heart, man.
I think it's like $15 million now or something.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's like that guy that bought a pizza and tipped the pizza man like 2 Bitcoin.
I mean, what was it? It's also like the whole I had a Bitcoin thing to say. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Oh no, Silk Road. The amount of people that just registered on the Silk Road and used their real names because it was such a weird interface is still so like I knew more than one person that were buying like MDMA and just what's your nickname? What's your name on Silk Road? My full name.
It's my social security number.
Yeah. You could also see when people were getting stuff from the Silk Road. I don't know if it was like that, but in Canada, you'd always get it shipped to you in books. So you get a book,
You get a lot of weird shit because you don't want it to be able to get stabbed through, but you don't want it to be metal because a lot of times in the shit they'll poke it to see if there's drugs in there.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's like if you do UPS packages. I used to ship weed. I used to sell a lot of drugs when I was younger.
Can we talk about?
Yeah,
allegedly. All right, can we talk? So
I mean, I think when I was a kid, so I don't know if like 12 years ago, maybe.
Well, you're joking right now, and we all know you're joking, and now
this is all satire.
In theory.
Oh, thank you so much, Wondering Joy, for subscribing. You are and always will be a hummus chum. All right, so how do you start doing that? Like, how do you officially the first or you
first drug deal I ever did?
First drug deal you ever did?
Oh, that was at school. I met this one guy that was just like, he was like this dude. He's like this Mexican guy, but like from Mexico. And someone told me he had weed, and he would sell me 2 dimes for $10. So 2 grams for $10. So then someone told they needed weed. So then I bought it with the 10. I kept one and I gave one to that guy. And then from there, it just steamrolled into like a 8 or in theory 8, 9, 10-year career.
Now, so it started out as you knew a guy. So it's like it's the equivalent of you owned a truck. A friend was moving.
I didn't have a moving company. I just had a truck.
But it became an empire.
It became I lost a lot of it when I started growing, and then I got spider mites, and it was just like I can't keep. And plus, I got better at stand up, and I didn't want to be known as like a drug dealer. But yeah, it just went slowly up. It was kind of like a Friday thing. Everyone would give me their money, and then I'd go find this guy because the guy didn't really come to school that much. He looked really old too. I don't really know what he was doing there, but he wouldn't come to school very often. So then I would find him, and then I would get it, and I could flip it all. And then from there, I started going to Mendocino, Humboldt area, and
well, you're buying meth, Humboldt. The only reason is that like the only thing.
No, it's Emerald.
Pardon me?
That's called the Emerald Triangle. Humboldt to Mendocino to Eureka is the They have the best outdoor weed in the world there.
Really? I gotta tell you, Humboldt needs to work on its PR because the only thing I know about Humboldt County is that if you want to do meth, they have meth for you to do there.
Well, what happened? It's a lot of homeless people will go there during the season when you're cropping it, and then they'll just start cutting it, shaving the buds off the stems and stuff. Trimming is the word, and then they stay there and live like hippies the rest of the time. Because you make a decent amount of money. I used to trim too. You can make like $100, $200 per pound. You could probably do a pound if you get real good in a couple hours. So you can make a couple $100 a day.
Nice.
And I assume it's nice. Like you're out in nature, you can just sort of chill, just do your work. And
trimming now is good because like back then
legal.
It's legal. So you're like in a warehouse, and you're also allowed to smoke pretty much as much weed as you want. I mean, they're not like don't smoke huge blunts, but I could just smoke blunts all day. You're cutting it, you get your fingers a little sore. But back in the day, you used to be outside, and you'd have to like camp there, and like you'd have to go in the backwoods. You'd have to know a plot of land, go like 2, 3, 4 miles because you didn't want the cops coming or
hikers finding you or some shit. Yeah.
So you have to go back there, and then you'd sleep, and you have to set up this irrigation from a fucking stream, and then you can't do too big of a plot of land because then when the helicopters come, they'll see the
it's been cleared
temperature, and the temperature of this plant. But now it's pretty cool.
It's so funny. So we're both Canadian, but in Ottawa, where I'm from, has become a giant mecca for indoor growing of legalized weed. Like they just took over a bunch of warehouses, and it's very funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who would have been in jail if not for legalization. Like he was just at a certain point, it's just he was too high up the chain, and now is out there growing. And what he says is crazy is that you can see who the business people are and who the weed people are. Like the business people come in and are like, buy, sell, we got to do this, and the weed people have to basically like, yeah, you can't do that. Like you have to understand our client base are.
Yeah, that's true.
Too used to being able to get it. Like they're not, you can't hustle. Like all of these people aren't criminals, but they've been doing crime. Some of them for 40 years just to buy, a gram a week, stuff like that.
Well, they're also the guys that know how to grow and have been doing it the longest and know the tricks. So like the artists, the best artists of the generation, sometimes are guys that a little bit on the shadier side.
Yeah. Like
because it's already got like a black market set up that's been thriving our whole lives. As soon as the businesses fuck it up, that black market's coming back.
Yeah.
So the business guys is like, if you fuck it up, we're still going to keep selling it. It's just the money just won't go in your pocket, and that's your mistake. So,
but it's also like the difference between the open market of California and how many rules there are in Canada. Like California, it's basically like what I like is also depending on how you want to live your life. You can go to one of those sketchy dispensaries, where like a loud, angry guy behind a window you can't see goes, "Give me your ID," and you give him that. Yeah.
Talking a little thing. Yeah, okay. It's my mother's mandate. All right.
And then there's like a buzzer noise, and then you go into a room where they have not heard about COVID. There is no masks. There is no ventilation. They got like jars.
Some fat guy with a gun standing there.
There is always this is a weird thing, Chris, and I want you to come to LA just to see this. Every dispensary has an obnoxiously large man with a gun or gun by implication.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And by the way, none of them are doing anything. I don't want to be rude. You do not have the reflexes to pull that in the time it's going to. Like,
and they're wearing like a cop costume. Where at like first you're like, "Is that a cop?" And you're like, "Wait, no, there's no cop. That doesn't say police at all."
There was a guy. I swear to God, there's a dispensary in Echo Park, and I swear to God, their security guard is a junkie. I walked in there to make a purchase. He's thin. He's sketchy. He was a bit naughty, and then he just in the middle of it, a car pulled up. He walked up, got in that car for 5 minutes, came back and looked excited, and I'm like, I think homeboy here is riding a fucking horse. And by the way, I'm very happy that we have returned to what purchasing of drugs should be, which is this should feel illegal. I don't like going into the places that feel like an Apple store and someone named Caleb goes, this was made by Seth Rogen.
I know best one I've been to so far, and I haven't been to many because I was back in Canada for a few months last year or 2 years ago now, and there's one on the local reservation in my hometown, and it's like First Nations run it. I guess they probably have more control over it because the federal government can't touch their land, and it was fucking slick. They knew their shit, but they weren't like arrogant about it. It was fairly priced, and everything just worked. There was nothing fucking weird about it. I was like, dude, it turns out these people can absolutely take care of themselves.
Well, they got fucking casinos. They're casinos.
Oh, not in Canada. Not in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't do that in Canada.
We just
we just move them whenever we find oil underneath them.
Yeah. Like here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Worse than us. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Finally, someone treats people worse than Americans.
Yeah, way worse.
Yeah. Steve, I swear, if Canada is the luckiest country in the world for being next to America, because if Canada was next to any other country, we would be the wacky, erratic villains of the world. Like people would just be like, "You did." What? And it's like, well, we handed all their children over to the Catholic Church, even though we had evidence that they were fucking all those kids because we didn't want to handle it. What? It was the 70s, guys. Yeah. It was a different time. And you're like,
then America's just like peeing on a wall, yelling the N-word, and like,
yeah, exactly. You're like, well, we're not these guys. Like that's the thing. Like
at least we had a plan.
Yeah.
This guy's chaos.
That is the other thing with in Toronto, the difference between legal and is at the latter you can buy a nice candle.
Nice.
It's fat. What could the same could be said a lot to? Yeah, that's the thing is all like Ireland. Here's the other thing I like about COVID at the end, which is Canada was pulling ahead of America in terms of international respect and notoriety. And the vaccine fucking reset the whole thing. Same thing, like England was pulling ahead of Ireland in terms of reasonableness because of Brexit. Vaccine reset the whole. I don't like living in a world where America isn't the erratic, weird number one. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what America's up to, but they think they're right.
Yeah, and they're gonna die over it.
Yeah, I mean it's a great country.
Not us anymore, guys. We're in our 30s. Nobody wants us.
That's great.
We're fine. We don't have to die in any wars.
I know, it's so good.
I'm an only child, so I didn't. They don't get only children.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Like drafts and stuff like that. Don't go for only children.
Oh man, I would have done so well in that draft.
I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% sure, and also I tore my ACL, so I'd be good.
Why? I know. I know that they if you've already lost one kid to the war, then they don't take your other kid.
Yeah, but you only have one kid, then they're not going to make you lose both your kids.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up that's a thing.
Kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, your family sacrificed for the country. It's up to someone else now. Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like we're like how Canada like specifically made it so like everyone, like no one from the same town would be in the same division or regiment in World War II. Because in World War I, they just like whole towns had no men, like literally just. What happened to all the dudes in this community? Well, they went to France and they're dead. So get on your bus and go fuck people 2 towns over. Like that's literally like I think there it was like Newfoundland had to bring in ferries and like there were incentives. I think Newfoundland like had like there were 8 dudes and none of them knew how to come. Like it was just sort of like we're in trouble here.
Well, that would be like the only reason I would want to move to Austin is if they're like all the men were lost in the Afghan war.
I think that a lot of people who've moved to Austin are thinking in those terms where it's like I'm the only one that's thought to move to where Joe Rogan is. I'm gonna be famous, and then they show up and you're like, what is this, Monday at the Comedy Store?
So you guys know these guys that are going, are they the ones that when it doesn't work out, when it doesn't work out, not if, when it doesn't work out, are they the ones that will double down and become like cult members? Or will they be like, my bad, back to LA. Thank you for having me.
We're going to see right now that LA's opening, but because it's like, I got a lot of my friends are the ones doing it, like guys that I came up with. And it's just like, I'm like, there's not that many shows there. So looks like there's only about 5 a week that I'm seeing you guys get on. So it's like, you could go to any B city in America, like Chicago or San Francisco or something, and get 5 spots a night. I just was in San Francisco, 4 spots a night, all paid. It's like, why am I going to Austin?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone on Rogan yet either. So it's like, what is the end game? Like Fahim got on it, but he was already a paid regular and friends with him. There was no one that like, he's like, saw this guy at the open mic at the Salt Lick.
Yeah. This is I keep thinking this exact thing. And I also just keep seeing all the people doing it where I'm like, I think what it was is he's inadvertently given a lot of people that were just sick of LA an excuse to leave.
Yeah, I would agree.
And but it's also the thing where I also don't get when people get all of the complaints about LA, I've always found are all things that are always in your control. Like England, the problem with England is all of the English people, the actual country, the vibe, smell, and feel of the place. LA's main problem is traffic and homeless people. But I actually find the homeless people in LA quite charming, but that's just because I haven't encountered any of the scary ones. I don't live in West Hollywood, so I'm fine.
Yeah, that's true. Hollywood proper, man, that shit is scary shit, dude.
Okay, so what happened? I'll explain to Chris. So what happened in coronavirus, and I respect every homeless person that did this, which is they were in all the other neighborhoods spread out. Corona hit, Hollywood emptied, and they went, why are we in these literally, this was, I'm sure the thought, why are we on these cramped sidewalks? Not like with no infrastructure, nothing, where literally there is blocks and blocks and blocks of real estate that is uninhabited. Like we could run that part of the town. And so they en masse went and took over within like 2 weeks. Like this was basically April 1st. Hollywood was where all the homeless people are. And then more importantly, and this is the best part, Chris is just frozen, I think. They then went and took houses on the hills.
Dude, have you been to Venice?
No, I haven't been to Venice yet.
I think because the cops, the whole, defund the police, they've completely left Venice alone. And there's homeless people on the waterfront beach, pissing and shitting and leaving needles in the sand all over Venice. Like Venice isn't even like, it's wild over there right now.
An argument could be made. So Venice is just back to being Venice.
Yeah, that's true. It is cool that you can go in Venice and drink on the beach, which is you can't do anywhere else. Sadly,
weird.
Can you drink on the beach in Venice?
$180. I got one. I didn't know you couldn't have a beer on the beach.
Buddy, go to Mount. Like I've had cocktails.
You can't do them now.
Well, you can't. I didn't get caught.
Maybe a cocktail because it doesn't look like one. I got caught from a guy in an ATV. Came out of fucking nowhere in an ATV and got me right when I opened a beer.
Am I crazy?
So he was waiting. He was just lurking for you to crack that shit. Oh, what a dick.
I don't
look like I'm gonna drink a beer in public though. That is kind of my vibe.
Yeah, you look like you're from New Jersey and you look like you have a Miller Lite with you at all times.
Yeah. John looks like he's gonna sip an absinthe in the woods.
Yeah.
So it's a very different vibe. This guy's only a danger to himself. We'll be fine.
But here's the other thing that I Part of me is like, good. Venice, you went to Venice in 2019 and you were like, you kept like, it was just more and more people buying fucking mid-century modern furniture and being annoying.
Yeah,
like, it's
no.
one of those, like, it's bad because there's homeless people and those people should be taken care of. But it's also like, LA is kind of a grubby city, and I kind of like that the grub is back a bit. Like, where it's like, oh, someone broke into my car. Yeah, you don't. Where'd you put your car? Over there. You don't put cars over there. Like that. Like,
yeah, it's like people that came from small towns and don't know that you don't leave shit in your car. You don't do all this stuff. They come out here and now they're learning. And also, it's funny as fucking.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Thank you so much for the subscription, Genius Biolar Bear. I love you. Back to you.
All the tech people moved into Venice, made it bougie, and then homeless people came and they all moved out. My theory on homeless people, and I actually got to get out of here in like 4 minutes, is homeless people to me are kind of like ivy, or like you ever got ivy in your backyard, and as long as you're going out there, it stays in its area. It's on the side, the fringes. But then if you don't go in your backyard for like a month and a half, then you got like ivy at your front door. It's gotten everywhere, and it's just kind of like that. What's what happened in LA? Everyone fucking left. Homeless people got crazier, and now there's RVs. Like, do you guys have this in other countries?
Oh shit!
Nowhere has
RVs
the
on the street, dog. The streets are lined with RVs that were caught on fire, and there's fucking anarchy and cuss words on the outside of them, and they smell like shit, and they're lining the streets, and they don't get ticketed, but my fucking car always gets ticketed. So what?
They're not paying.
That's why you're paying.
There's no.
That's the thing. Yeah, but it's again because it's also, but they don't want to start it because then the other problem, and this is funny where it's LA actually doesn't do this. If the cops move off homeless people, LA is kind of like, he'll be back. Like, yeah, like Koreatown is also weird because we got two. The main thing is, and also it's different neighborhoods. So Koreatown, all our homeless people are in Hollywood, but I'll tell you what Koreatown now has. The gangs are back, baby. Oh,
I noticed that too.
Yeah, like they are
hanging out.
Yeah, like, and the graffiti, and you learn things. LA is fun. You learn shit. For example, I learned that your neighborhood's fine if you have one gang tags. When you need to get concerned is if you ever see an X through a gang tag. And Koreatown is a lot of MS-13 tags with an X through it, and so I'm just like, all right.
Well, it's because I used to live there.
Drays are coming.
Yeah, I used to live in Hoover in Washington, and that was called Little El Salvador. So it was
so specific.
Yeah. Well, that's where MS-13's from. It's an El Salvadorian game. So luckily, I could walk around at night and it was fine because I think I was where they all lived. Mm-hmm. But then you get a little bit more and you're like, oh. And plus, MS-13 are kind of guys you really don't want to fuck with.
Yeah.
I heard that. So I heard that MS-13 actually started in LA, but was started by El Salvador.
Yeah.
So it's not an El Salvador gang. It's a fucking California gang.
Yeah. It's a California gang with roots to El Salvador that's now influence the El Salvadorian government. Oh God, what's going on with that guy?
I don't know. He just vented though. I don't trust him.
No, I don't trust that either. So Steve, before you go, and I know you have to run off in a second, how about you plug your pluggables? Where can people find you?
MonkeyTough.com, obviously.
Yeah. MonkeyTough.com.
Monkey Tough Fighter, Ultimate Monkey Tough Fighter, where I fight throughout the country.
Can you go to the next evolution of comedian who plays the Comedy Store and start performing with a nickname?
Oh yeah,
Steve Monkey Tough Fury. Oh, how awful!
Well, there's the one name. There's Eliza. And
yes.
So I could just be Monkey.
Or MT.
MT. That's pretty good. Yeah. MTSF. Yeah, it sounds like Sunday Night Football or something.
I like MT because then when you explain it, it doesn't make more sense.
Yeah. If anything, like, wait, why did
Monkey Tough?
Yeah, obviously Monkey Tough.
Yeah.
Tough as a monkey, or check out my podcast, World on Drugs, where I do a deep dive into a different gang or drug lord from a different country that you've never heard about. It's not like El Pablo. Like we got this dude, a couple episodes, Daoud Ibrahim Kaskar, which is an Indian gangster who's one of the 3 richest gangsters in the world. He's worth $6 billion. Started as a street urchin kid, which are the kids who lives on the streets in Mumbai. And then he came up to being, he's one of the main funders of Al Qaeda. So it's pretty cool. Shit. I get comments on, we make fun of it, and follow me on Instagram. You can find all the stuff at Scuba Steve Fury.
Nice. Thank you, Alex, for posting all the information, by the way, on both chats. Very much obliged. Good work.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, boss.
Thanks for coming on, Greg. Nice to meet you.
I was blessed. Hit me up anytime, man.
Cheers,
yeah,
buddy.
man. Come on down. Take care.
Another successful guest booking.
Indeed. We were supposed to have Max White next, but unfortunately he can't make it because he is gigging.
Oh, bumholes. How are you feeling? I feel like I'm glad we had a guest off the top because you said you recovered from your nap, but it's more one of those things. I have a lot of empathy for the situation you're in because sorry, Johnny, I need to derail the chat. I just need to drop this right here. Can you identify the LA superstar in this photo? Oh, I can't see the photo. I'll go to my Facebook. Anthony, can you DM me that or message me it?
Ashley Manning, if you're still in the chat, if you want to come on, always welcome.
Oh, Ashley, yeah.
Or Ashley Story. We saw the urine as well.
Ashley, we can have both Ashleys on. Heck, a real Edinburgh style guest time.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Here's my question. Fuck. Stand by.
Oh, Tuck, if you're still here, come on in.
Yeah. All right. I'll shoot Ashley off.
Which one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just sending them the links now.
All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, no, both Ashleys are gone. Tuck's still lurking though. Tuck, if you want in, let us know, bud.
I have sent Tuck the link.
Nice.
I now have the photo. Oh, very good. Yes, no. It is a family photo that Anthony has shared. To their MySpace. It is sent to their MySpace. Yes, that's correct. Also, good use of the MySpace reference. Let's, ladies and gentlemen, all take a look at, I believe I'm 11 years old in this photo. Chris, are you ready?
I can't wait.
There I am right there.
Is that you right up front? Or on the right? It's got to be you in the Superman shirt, of course.
It's me in the Superman shirt. Although I think that's superimposed. I don't think I was wearing a Superman shirt. But yes, that is me.
Aww.
That is Anthony. That is my great aunt Jean, Anthony's grandmother Jean. And these are a whole mess and whack of our cousins there.
What a sweet little guy. Look at the smile on your face.
Right? Oh, head on me too. Jesus Christ.
That's a big head. That's a big head.
Oh my God. You could really bounce a baseball off of that.
Look at this. Look at this sweet. Look at the joy in his eyes.
I don't think I was. I don't think I was wearing a Superman shirt. I think that was put in Discord. Chris, way too excited to see an 11-year-old boy. I'm in bed and very comfy, but another night. Ho, 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 ho.
All right. Well, stay snug, Ashley. We'll get you another time.
Man, there is nothing better than that moment when you're like, and this is my bed and I'm not leaving my bed. Oh.
And then when you get to turn something down from bed.
Oh, Chris.
So nice. So you want to come out? No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Also, there is nothing better than this. Have you ever had this? The electric blanket. I've never been I've always lived in fear of electric blankets.
Yeah, I've never used one, but I understand that they're very warm, and so I love that shit.
Here's my question: you ever put a hot water bottle under the old blanket on a winter's night? Because let me tell you, fuck yeah.
Sadaf uses hot water bottles, so I've come to know them. But she's normally like, got it. She's like, this is my hot water bottle. And so it's I don't think I've had the full experience, but
let me ask you this. All right, do you guys have sides of the bed or which side are you?
I'm the left side if you're lying down. I'm on the left side of the bed. If you're facing the bed, I'm on the right side.
If I remember how she's against the wall, you're against floor, bathroom.
Yeah.
And does she wake you up if she has to go to the bathroom climbing over, or does she go out the front top part?
Down the bottom. Comes around the bed.
This is an interesting thing, is that I have never really had like a side of the bed discussions. Let's bring Tom in. Thomas!
Hey, Tuxer, what's going on?
Hello.
Tom, you have a girlfriend.
I can't hear you at all.
Oh, let us know when you can. Don't know why I said that.
You have a big poopy butt.
He looks like he's in like day 3 of being a hostage with that beard.
Yeah. Tom, are you in a... Wait, what the hell? Why did he rage quit again? Damn it! Damn, the underbelly thing is back. I need to get I want Tom on so I can go get a Sharpie and get this mustache going properly. But yeah, no, I think how much could you hear of the homeless chat when you froze?
None. Disappeared.
It just went. So the homeless people, the reason why you're seeing a lot of people talk about homeless people in LA now is because the homeless people took over a bunch of houses in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
And they called their politician friends, and it's the best. Thomas, are you back? Thomas? Can you hear us?
Froze.
Tommy?
You know, when Steve was talking about like all these people that are sort of camped out and they've got their RVs, they'll get rid of them as soon as rich people come back.
Yep.
Because it'll just be bylaw stuff. That's what they did in Vancouver with the Olympics. Is as soon as the Olympics came, they just hit him with a bunch of bylaw infractions, shipped him out of town for a few weeks, brought him back afterwards.
Can you talk? You talk. Oh no, you can't hear us. So why am I giving you orders?
Yeah, we can hear him.
We can hear him.
Yeah.
It's weird he can't hear us.
Hey, Genius Polar Bear, what's going on?
Thomas Finkter says what? I don't know why, but I was saying that to myself. Yes, I was walking. Let me tell you, I got so goofy baked last night. Like I had a real fun time wandering around my apartment, just drinking water and tea. And then I would do a spin move and just go, a sphincter says what? And then I'd go, pardon me.
You're the guy from the Danko Jones video, just in the costumes, just dancing around.
I think I was. Oh my God. When you left, did they tell you in the afternoon?
No.
Oh, some genius.
Oh, I did hear about this.
Made Janko Jones. Did you catch yourself? I mean, it was so good. That Among Us was one of my faves. Like, it was just a perfect, like, everyone's in a goofy mood. We're doing that. Made a bunch of technical errors. Alex was lying constantly.
Nice.
Did you catch yourself out at all? I did not. Oh, it was great. I really turned it around and had a nice therapy section. I wish I had your baby tolerance, John. What does that mean? I can
very
tolerate
curious.
Babies?
I heard that you've been getting high and listening to David Hoare's ambient album.
I certainly have.
I feel like it's perfect for that. Describe the sensation.
I put it on. I do it like I put it on the background. It's post. Like, I've been going through a thing now where I'm really into. I've been listening to a lot of ZZ Top because I've watched the documentary again, and I'm just like, God damn it! I like a 3-piece band, that are just pals. Like, they're clearly very like Rush is the best one. Where literally it's like, well, these guys are just friends.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, they're the greatest band of all time. Do you have a song about the trees? No, you fucking don't, you little bitch.
We have the same hat.
Oh my God, you do. And the ZZ Top documentary is really good. And that they do something actually that more music documentaries should do.
A weed tolerance of a baby. Gotcha.
A weed tolerance of a baby. I know. I love it. It's so much fun. All right. Tommy!
Hello. Can you hear us? Tom, can you hear us?
I can now hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's frozen-y, though. Did you get your laptop out?
Yes.
Is that your laptop now? You're not on your phone anymore. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pretty laggy. That's really
this will not follow.
Oh, the lag is pretty brutal. Can you suck your own dick?
This is old ground, Hastings.
That's true. We've covered this. We've covered this. Legs behind the head. No D in the end, though.
I want you to know, by the way, I was talking to some people a couple of days ago.
On a dime. Look at that. Straight through.
Nice.
No stretching.
Did not believe Tom was capable of that. I showed him a photo off of the internet, and I went, my friend can do that. Because what it was people were going, oh, I've lost flexibility. And I'm like, they literally said, I've been partying too much. I've lost flexibility. And I went, that has nothing to do with it. I know an absolute booze bag, and he is flexible as fuck. And they did not. I showed them a photo, and they're like, there is no way. And then I had to explain that in England, people who wear blazers can do other things, as opposed to in America, if you're wearing a blazer, you're just a cunt.
I mean, hang on. I'll point this down here. This is that's lotus position without hands.
Yeah, that's not easy.
That's not easy at all. Was anyone else just looking at the spot of miscoloring in your jeans?
Yeah, crotch hole.
That's my pants. Yeah. It's a tear in my jeans. Sorry.
Fair, it's fine.
I have to pee real quick, so I'll be right back. Just take me off the screen.
Sat in some chewing gum, so I had to cut off a pocket.
Oh yeah, but I love worn, dirty, like scrape. Like look at the jeans I'm wearing. Have these fucking giant knee hole things, and I just put fucking pink fabric in them. I fucking love them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you earned that, right?
Like the holes were there themselves. I didn't cut them. Yes.
People who buy jeans, worn jeans, need stabbing.
But it also doesn't.
They
make
need
sense.
holes put in them.
I agree, because it also doesn't make sense, because the reason why these jeans are the most comfortable is they're literally like the denim has been beaten. They only would fit, like if we were the same size, you put them on, it wouldn't work because it wasn't perfectly contoured to your body. Also, I don't know where Tom has gone. He's frozen. Oh my word in heaven, that was much louder than I expected it to be. Robin onesie. Oh yes, well yeah. I don't know where Tom's gone, but I'm gonna pop him down here as well as we wait. 20 times. It's only been 20 times, or I've only been caught 20 times. Oh my God, the smell is vicious. Don't ever be a healthy person. Oh, Tom's back. Thomas, are you back?
Yeah.
You are. What? So what's up? You're in.
I think.
Oh, this is terrible. I hate it so much.
My internet.
What? Your internet is shit. I'm gonna have to take you off because you're lagging like crazy and I can barely hear you. But I love you. Do you love me? I assume he's saying he loves me. I don't know. I'm Tommy.
Okay. Well,
Peace, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
I am saying that.
I know you are. I love you.
Where'd Tuck go?
Tom's internet's bad, so he had to go.
Oh, that's a shame.
/ he rage quit again. We relived the entire we relived everything.
Did he explain why he quit in the first place?
No, we didn't get to that.
I'm curious. I'm still curious.
I've been wildly speculating.
Good.
Maybe don't squat on the stream then. How about this, Ida? Oh, and I farted so loud.
Oh, nice. Is that why Ashley wrote "I'm laughing a lot"?
I mean, it's probably just because I'm good at comedy.
Oh, Megan Explosion! You want to see behind the green screen there? We got we got records and books on that side. Ooh.
But by the way, thank you so much for sharing that photo, Anthony. Also, Megan Explosion may be coming on the stream,
and then nothing.
In the future, if Megan Explosion is who I think she is. I'm not sure if she actually is the same person, but yeah.
How can we find out? What 30 questions can we ask Megan Explosion to find out who she truly is without her doxing herself?
I'll just message the person who I spoke to.
That's not as fun.
I don't fart shame. Yeah, don't fart. Farting is so much better. John farted so badly that I could smell it. That's good. Yeah, I got up. Oh, speaking of farting, so I got up this morning, did exercise, went for a nice 90-minute cardio session, shoulders a bit sore.
Ooh, very nice.
It sounded like this in the gym every 5 seconds. Like every 5 seconds was one of those.
Oh, wow.
Just brutal.
Were you running? Was it like every step fart? It was fart. It
was like, ha, ha, ha. And you know how hard it is the 11th time not to die with laughter? Not just be like, I had headphones on, but I was listening to a podcast. So it's just that I was listening to a podcast. You might actually like called Knowledge Fight.
Okay.
It's two guys they listen to Alex Jones and Correct.
Oh yeah.
And point out his bullshit. It is fun. It is so well done.
Shit. Okay.
So badly done.
Yeah.
Because they've come to hate him. They went in with they're in their 4th or 5th year, I think. and they're in like 500 episodes deep. They went into it being like, this guy's a little weird, but he can't, like, how much they know, how much they understand, like how you can see, like they've been watching it for so long. They pointed out something so intelligent, which is Roger Stone was on recently, and Alex Jones is really big into Michael Flynn being the next president. And Roger Stone was like, well, maybe if he wants to. And they're like, the reason why Roger's doing that is that he got a pardon from Trump. And he knows if he doesn't just back Trump, Trump's going to yell at him. Yeah. And it's like, and you're like, oh shit. Like it's so fucking well done. I can't.
You know what I'm really, really, really looking forward to is the moment that the Republican Party has to finally turn on Trump, because the numbers just won't allow for them to keep fawning over him.
It's going to be the midterms in 2024 or 2022 is going to be fascinating.
The shit that's going to be leaked that week when they're free of him.
Oh,
unbelievable. Well, unbelievable.
Here's the thing, and this is a great point, is that it's all going to rely on what the polls are going into the 2022 midterm elections. And I right now, I think things are pointing more to what you're saying, is that the Republicans are going to go for it, and then at the last second, they're going to cut ties.
I think they're going to lose, and it's gonna hurt them a lot, and then he is going to be thrown under the bus because he threw everyone else under.
Well, here's the problem.
That's going to be pretty great.
They're going to lose that bad. What I think it's going to be is the Democrats aren't going to beat them. They're going to beat themselves. The problem, the problem they now have is too many of their candidates are going to be defeated by QAnon people and MAGA people, like, because they're running huge, and it's nuts.
Ooh, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be so fucking ugly.
I can't fucking wait. And Joe Biden just fucking rising above it,
crushing it.
What I like about America is they like how Britain is always ruled better by women for whatever sociological reason. America is always ruled better by insider, long-term politicians. A guy that's had the job for 30 years just gets all the shit done because their system is so labyrinthian and designed that there's so much tricks to it, and that it's so much about getting like the popularity of you within Congress, all that sort of stuff. That like LBJ getting the civil rights bill. I'm sorry. If it wasn't that psycho, I don't know if you would have ever had civil rights in the United States.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have gotten that bill.
I think if JFK hadn't been shot, you wouldn't have.
I don't. Define, not better. Well, here's the thing, Baldy, and I know what you're saying. Historically speaking, not better, but it's, again, they've been defined by. Also, Thatcher was a horrible monster. She didn't win, 3 times? I don't agree with her, but she was fucking popular. In the same way, I don't know who the fuck voted for Boris Johnson, but they fucking landslided him right in. Yeah.
Well, Hibernaway, the thing is, the status quo is very good if it's working for you, and all we want is for the status quo to work for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not about eliminating what it is; it's about expanding it to everybody.
No way.
Let's all get on board.
Genius polar bear. No way the UK ruled better by women. What a pair of $$TS.
Oh, genius polar bear. What word is that?
Yeah, what word is that? Genius polar bear?
I don't know that word. What word is that?
What word is that?
That's exciting. I love learning new words. We're could cunts. Okay. Oh.
I mean, Bojo didn't win by a landslide. It's just the stupid first pass. Yeah, but the amount of votes and percentage of votes he got was huge in comparison. Didn't it? Like, it's one of those things here. I know that everyone does. The first past the post is a bullshit system, but everyone's going. It was a huge portion of the vote that he wasn't supposed to get.
Yeah, and he won, which in itself is crazy. Just the fact that he won. Doesn't matter if he won by a vote. That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm a straightaway man. The status quo has always treated me well. I don't know.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, like
I'm thriving.
Do you understand? And people like this is a Louis C.K. joke, but he's wrong. Where he's going, but moving forward, that's different. No, do you understand? Our reckoning came, and we still like fucking like ninjas. We've culturally appropriated. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Still in charge.
Oh, 100%, 100%. That's it's no matter how much power everyone else gets, we got a lot of practice in making money off it. So
yeah, he's not wrong. I'll tell you this much: he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. It was it's a point that's been shared a lot, and it was by Louis C.K. You still have to credit the progenitor of a quote, even if they're a dirty jacker. Alex, everyone knows that.
Yeah, and here's the problem: is until we found out that it was Jacktown, USA. We were all like, he's making a lot of great points. Points haven't changed. He just jacked it. That's all.
Oh, what's the underbelly crack? Oh, actually, I can explain this quickly. So, Ashley, Tom Tuck had too many martinis, and went on a nice big rant about the Fringe, which he is wont to do, and really went after the underbelly and called them year-round shit cunts at one point.
I think so, yeah.
And that has been adopted into when Tom comes on, the chat is allowed to use that alert. Now, here's my thing. I do not suck up to them. Well, I do, because they've been very good to me and have always taken care of me and treated me with a lot more respect than, say, Daryl at Just the Tonic, who has only ever treated me and, as far as I can tell, anyone else pretty rudely, with great disrespect. Hello, Daryl.
Or at best, incompetently.
Yeah. I might have suggested the underbelly are assholes in Edinburgh at Christmas as well. Yes, Baldy has raised that point.
Yeah.
And I actually allow that more. Treated some Richard coming out of lurk retirement. You know what, Daryl? Or you know what, Richard? I was shocked as well. Do we need a Daryl command? No. Do not.
No, we don't need Daryl in this stream.
No. I don't want to be reminded of his fake victimhood energy.
Yeah.
John, you sent a curt email about getting paid on a timely manner, and that was read by an assistant, and I didn't appreciate it. Well, Daryl, the reason why I sent a rude email is because you once owed me money for 18 months, and I only got it because I waited until I wasn't going to go do another one of your gigs and asked you for the money, and you sent it. So if you're going to
the jonglers move. Nice.
It works every time.
Every time.
The main trick is your main trick is lie and claim you're not in the city that the gig is taking place in, and say you're still in London. That works every time.
Yeah.
I once did that to Junglers, and I was in the Bristol train station, which if they had been paying attention, they could have heard all the announcements. Baldy, the Pleasance gig went very well. I love Anthony and Ryan, and they've always been the number one best boys to me. I would say that the tech setup was a really good idea, but the company that they were doing it was not good at bedside manner in my experience. It's just one of those things where it's going, you don't need proof. I know that what they were doing is they're trying to show off and going, look how user friendly this is, but all of this sort of stuff is so new and hard to catch up to that it's one of those things. I have to go get a marker to do this mustache properly. It's bothering me.
That mustache, bud.
Hang on one second.
He's going to go fix his mustache because earlier, if you weren't here for the start of the stream, someone said, how many subs to draw a mustache on your face? John said 3, immediately got 3 subs, and now must fix his goddamn mustache. Here we go. Oh, it's ginger. That's nice. Curl it out. Curl it out. Oh, or are you going waiter from The Meaning of Life?
I'm kind of, well...
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought you were going to curl down. Very fancy.
Well, please say you have a date tomorrow. I have a date tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. She's getting a real surprise.
She thought she was meeting a boy. She's meeting a man.
Yeah, she's meeting a Frenchman. Salut!
Yeah. Je suis un homme.
Yeah. Je m'appelle Jean. Je cherche ton pussy.
Jean Hastings, je vais tosser votre salade.
Yeah. Je m'appelle John. Vous être ton boom boom. God, I wish I was a French comedian. This is all of their bits. The
Oh,
best
sorry.
stand-up on. Do you remember the Netflix The World Stands Up or Comedians of the World or whatever that was?
Oh yeah, the one that they released on New Year's Day where it was like 150 specials at once.
Yeah, the best one by far was a French Canadian guy named Abdul something.
That dude's fucking hilarious.
Like so funny.
Holy shit, he's funny. I saw him in Darren Henwood's Basement Show, the lockdown comedy show, and there have been 3 French comedians on. I was like, I watched one guy pretend to scuba dive for 10 minutes, and I just wanted to smash something, and he came on and rocked it. He was so fucking funny.
Oh, he's so fucking good. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
Really
that's
good.
how I'm gonna get rich when I get back. I'm gonna start doing stand up in French and just fucking clean up.
I mean, yeah, there is no stand-up right now, but please do that. You should do
Oh, when I get back, I definitely will.
Because is the plan Montreal and then New York, or what is your plan?
Vancouver first, Vancouver Island, see my dad, make sure he's all right, assess that, and then depending on how that goes, either Montreal or Toronto, and then New York, up and down. Stay at Max White's house, New York.
I've been watching Blanche Gardin a bit recently. Very hard to find English subs though.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, it's one of those ones where it's like I wish I spoke French. But also, by the way, let me know when you do head to Montreal, and I will hook you up. I know a guy. I know a few guys, but I know one of the guys because there's now a French commis. There is a
there's an actual comedy club.
French comedy club, the Bordel, which is fucking amazing. It's so fucking good.
I was booked there, and then I had to leave. When I was over for your wedding, I had a gig booked, and then I had to run earlier than I hoped for because of one of 4 tragedies in like 3 months happened, and so I had to run.
Because there was this one, which was brutal.
Yeah, there was that one. There was my dad got arrested trying to break into his own house.
What?
And then there was one other.
Your dad's a real character. I'm gonna say it right now.
He fucking is. My dad's great. He's just old and erratic now, which is a shame. I mean, because he used to just be like kind of old and very fun.
This is the thing, though. The big thing, and I can't stress this enough, is if you can't solo a woman alone, fine. It's normal things. A guy alone. That's just guess what's happening. Science experiments in fields no one needed research done in. Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, it gets so bizarre.
Well, also, like my mom like took care of my dad. Like, it was one of those old marriages where everything that needed to be done, my mom had under control. All the bills, all the way the house ran, all that. She didn't clean it, you know. She would make him clean stuff, but it took her being like, this needs cleaning. She was the marshal of the whole thing.
She's the president. He's the vice president.
And so when she was gone, he was just like, I guess I'll wait until something doesn't work.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was just a little lost. Yeah. You know, which is funny because he'd been in the Navy for 16 years. So he used to be.
But that's another place where someone goes, do this.
Do this. Yeah. Yeah. And my dad, I've always said my dad makes a great number 2. He's just not number 1 material.
Yeah, and
some people just aren't made for that. Most people aren't made for that.
Yeah. My gun is huge, by the way. I've lived in Winnipeg and TO, but never have stepped into. You've never gone to Quebec,
buddy? Montreal is so fucking wonderful. You gotta go. Gotta go.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best. I love it there so much.
I would say. I think Toronto for me has Montreal beat ever so slightly.
Excuse me.
And let's be honest, part of it is I got married in Montreal and it didn't work out. And you know what? I'm blaming Montreal just a little bit.
I mean, that's understandable. I mean, Montreal's the only city I've ever been to in my life where I thought I could live here for the rest of my life.
I have never thought that of Montreal.
Only city where I was like, I get this. This is exactly my pace. I could do this forever.
LA, I have a bit of that. I could absolutely like. There's just something about LA is so stupid. That's why I love it. It's so stupid. Like, and not. It's never in a frustrating way. Like this is what you're always doing. Oh, of course. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, LA, of course. I sort of had that with New York, but I didn't spend enough time there to know if it was real or just I was smitten.
Shared language barrier. My goodness, huge. Everyone speaks English in Montreal. They just sometimes
it's
choose not to.
No, and
that's
it's
all.
also not like it's so a different place from when I lived there. Like I lived there in the last days when there was a divide. You know what I mean? Like there's certain bars you couldn't go into because they were Québécois. Calice English. Ici en restaurant.
They've still got that. You go to P9. You go to the edges. Woo.
I'm not. Yeah, but who's going to P9? If you're going
they're not happy to see you.
Well, good. I'm also upset because I'm at P9.
Even Plateau, no, they don't really fuck with Anglos.
Plateau. I was there for 4 months, and I was all over the Plateau talking English to everybody, and everyone was fine.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Like it was one of those things where it's like you could tell what it is Ubisoft. Is that it's Montreal got grizzled a la Pawnee, and now they're like, oh yeah, we got to accept all of this. So it's all just fine, and everyone doesn't give a shit because everyone's fucking calmed down.
Good, because I was talking to Montreal friends, and they were like, all the Anglos left because of all these like rule changes, and a bunch of my friends, like Grumpy's friends, were just like, we're getting the fuck out of here, and a bunch of them moved. A bunch of them moved to Toronto or elsewhere, but they just left Quebec because of a bunch of law changes that were anti-Anglo apparently.
I mean, Richard Wright. This is a
wow.
There's been 2 Montreal screw jobs. Both of them happened in the wrestling ring. Actually, my wedding was really fun and wonderful, and I have nothing but good memories. And you know what? You can't blame the city. What happens in a relationship, because it was a mutual journey and we made the decision out of respect and love, which I got to tell you, people are really let down by that. My divorce is a mutual thing that's coming out of like a place of like respect for each other. Because the look in everyone's eyes when you say that is like it's like you telling them the cake is vegan. Like they're just like, fuck you. That's not what it's supposed to be.
They say misery loves company, but misery just loves misery. And I feel like that's what they mean by company, but it's more important to say misery.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, we only have your word for that. It's a good point.
That's true. I still haven't messaged her, and I keep meaning to because she's a friend of mine, and I keep wanting to be like, hey, I heard about the divorce. I hope you're all right. But because I keep talking to you and you're like, I don't know, it's sad, but it's kind of like it works for us and it was the right thing to do. I think part of my brain was like, she's fine, but it's wrong. I should message her and just say,
please message her.
Yeah, I absolutely should. I feel really bad about not doing
any of you, only Chris, only people who have met her in real life.
Yeah, she is like an actual friend of mine. Like I look her up and hang out with her if I'm in Montreal. But
yeah, it was also like I can tell. I'm also happy about it because I could tell that I have friends that would take sides and that sort of thing, and that's the last thing I want. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would hate it. But yeah, no, maybe they expect the comedians to be cracking my ex-wife jokes. That's only in
those were the
UK.
days.
Only the UK, by the way, has that wife and mother-in-law joke thing. Which is
do people still? I haven't seen anyone do a mother-in-law bit in a while. I feel like it's something Scott Bennett might do, but I like Scott so much that I feel like he'd find an original take on it.
Scott's also very good. Like Scott is very much a. Oh God, that guy's gonna be big one day.
Buddy, do you remember when he turned the corner on that? Like, if you guys haven't watched Scott Bennett, he should be massive. He's just like a family-friendly, hilarious, hardworking comedian. And I remember one day he was just like, I'm going to write all the time and we're going to see what that does. And then I saw him 3 months later and he was exponentially better. It was the sharpest turnaround I've ever seen from a guy who was like, oh, that's pretty good to, whoa, this guy is killing now.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing with stand-up that's so funny about it, which is like, man, how do we get stand-up how do I get better at stand-up? And it's like, just do it. You know what, Chris, guess who's doing stand-up? That's right. 6 times this week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at the Madhouse Comedy Club in San Diego. And on Thursday, you can see me on Smellrose Boulevard at the Smellrose Improv, baby.
How are we doing? So tomorrow we're going early an hour. What about Thursday?
Thursday back to regular times.
Thursday's fine? Just because you're not traveling to San Diego, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just gonna walk out of my house and walk for an hour. Yes, I'm playing in the gaslighting district of San Diego.
San Diego's such a fucking weird place. I told you that's the only place I've ever fired a gun.
You've never told me any of that. I also just remembered I haven't booked our hotel for that. That's my job once this stream ends.
Oh, you know what? You know what I should do? I should find out what the name of the tattoo parlor is that my cousin owns. That dude rocks. That guy's so fucking cool. He's the guy. His name's Todd. He runs a great tattoo parlor. Did a beautiful tattoo while I was there. Offered me one, and I was like, nah. Whatever I get on a whim, I'll regret. And then one of my, and then like a cousin's boyfriend was there, and he was like, I love Batman. I've never had a tattoo, so he got a full like Batman Gotham scape on his shoulder that Todd did in like 2 days, and it was beautiful, really, really good. But also a cool guy took me to a gun range, taught me to fire a Glock. He was like, "You've never fired a gun?" Gave me the biggest bag of weed that was beautiful weed, and then was like, "You never fired a gun? We're gonna go fire a gun." So I rang in New Year's Day 13, just firing Glocks in a range just outside San Diego. Had a blast.
Was it a Batman bed tattoo?
No beds at all. He was on duty. This was an on-duty Batman. Duty.
You really did it. Yeah, that's very good. We potentially have a guest for tomorrow for the back half of the program. Then we got to move into full Batman bed telethon admin.
Yeah, I've been hearing Paul booking it.
Here's the problem: is I don't think Paul's booking it at the right times because currently on the sheet, I think he's booking people at 9 a.m. UK time, which is not when we're starting.
No. I'll have to talk to him about that because I can hear him through the walls just occasionally being like, Chris Betts, John Hastings, and then mumble, Batman bet. And I'm like, who is he talking to?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's just but I don't think he's clear that it's LA time on the sheet. Which could be a problem.
Could definitely be a problem. Okay, 3 good, 3 confirmed, 6 confirmed. Excellent.
Where is that confirmed? On the sheet?
On the sheet, yeah.
Where I don't see any contacts. No one's confirmed.
Yeah, under suggested guests, there's one that says confirmed. We've got 6 there.
At that time. Yeah,
and then 3 others that are tucked in, and then
he just said, but he hasn't done times. We don't have times. Okay.
No, but confirmed for the day. That's all right. We can plan that out this week. I messaged. Paul is also confirmed. I'll move that up.
Paul
Foxcroft. We're gonna do that thing.
Oh yeah. I like that. Oh yeah, there's one guy on my list that we're not getting.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see my message about that? We don't have to talk about it, but did you see it?
No. Where'd you put that?
I sent you a message on Facebook about it. We can talk about it after the show.
I'm going to react to it now.
Cool.
Nope. Wait, which? No, I reacted. Was it like earlier than the other stuff we were talking about?
No, I think it was after. Let me check.
I didn't get that message.
Let me see. Maybe it was.
When are we playing Among Us? Maybe today? Maybe after the stream? For a bit? I can't stay too long. We needed the
it didn't send. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Send it to me. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. I hit send, but for some reason it didn't send. My internet must have been fucked. I'll just say it in the private chat.
He's just sending the N-word over and over again. Why are you sending the N-word so many times? Chris?
What?
That's so many N-words.
That's his name. That's why it's capitalized.
Oh, and you could use it as a verb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a moment where you like remember discovering racism? Which, by the way, is the most white privilege moment ever, by the way. But I know that it is.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I was a child, but I was definitely, I think I was like 11 when I was like, wait, what? People we know?
I remember realizing how few black people were in my town. When we went to there was a big family. Like my family doesn't get together often, like to the point where my aunt and uncle lived 30 minutes away and I didn't see them for 10 years. Like
Was there a family feud? Was there a family feud?
I found out later on that apparently there was a
there
family
was.
feud.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't do
know
things.
I don't know your parents, but I know you and I know your vibe, which is you're very much not a like fuck you. You're just a like you may go fuck yourself and I will disappear from your life. And then it's just like there's just fog and you're gone. Like you're like Kaiser Sose.
It's what if I'm done with someone, then why do I want to fight with them? I could just leave them.
Yeah, I'm also that way.
It's just so much better.
Yeah,
it's just so much.
I'm also that way, and I'm currently doing it to someone who was on that list.
Yes. But yeah, so apparently it was some political thing where my aunt and uncle were like card carrying communists, and my dad is socially centrist economic liberal, and so they had apparently a huge fight while I was asleep and 8 years old, and then I didn't see them until I was 17. But yeah, so we went on this trip to Antigua, and we just sailed. The whole family rented one boat. Like we all pooled our money. We rented a boat to stay on because my dad was in the Navy, so he can sail. So, and then we just sailed around, and I was just like, there's so many black people here. this has never even occurred to me. This is great. And that was the first time that I realized just how white where I was from was. But racism took a while.
I was at a barbecue, and I have to stress this. The people holding the barbecue, one of them was Colombian. One of them was South American. So not Caucasian. Mm-hmm. And one of the other people who was there was a neighbor, was Caucasian, and was talking about how like he mentioned, he was like, oh, Ottawa is one of those places where everyone was born in Ottawa, and I wasn't born in Ottawa, I was born in Toronto. And I was like 10 or 11, and I remember being like, oh, I was born in Toronto. And bear in mind, he's like saying this to a kid, like to like sort of like a connection thing. He's like, oh, I used to live in Toronto. Then, a bunch of black guys moved onto my block, and you can't live there if they're there because, they're going to steal from you. And and when it's something else. And I remember being like, what? Like, and he was like, yeah, you just got to remember that. And I was like, okay. Also, by the way, that guy, him and his wife both claimed that my name was Jonathan. Do you know how? And 4 years, they would be like, a migraine is Steve Mooney. We love you, Steve Mooney.
Take care, Steve. I hope your head sorted out.
Are you still sending that message, by the way? Or
I'm writing it right now. Yeah. I stopped for a little while I was talking about my family, but I'm writing it right now while you tell the story.
And 4 years, to the point that they said to my mom, he said to us his name was Jonathan. We don't know why he's lying. And my mom had to say, I know that's not true. There's nothing in this world he hates more than people calling him Jonathan.
I remember when out of nowhere, one day, kids at my school just started saying they got Jewed out of things.
Oh yeah, that's a real Canadian one, as it turns out. By the way, like Canadians, best exemplified by the Conan O'Brien documentary. When they're like, if you watch it, there's a scene where kids are asking for tickets, and they say that. Oh, and he looks appalled, and I was like, I would have been like, yeah, man, you're in Canada, like. Yeah.
And that was the first time in my life, I would have been 13, 14, that I had to go to people. That's not okay. You need to stop that right now. And they were like, why? What's wrong? It's like, because you're saying that Jewishness is thievery.
Yeah, you stupid Polish bastard.
You Mick cunt.
Yeah, you goddamn bohunks, which is a very Canadian slur that means Eastern European.
Ooh, I haven't heard that. I've heard bohunk. I didn't know it meant Eastern European, though.
Yeah, and it's like a big Western Canadian slur. That's so weird. Private chat. Let me react to this.
Yeah, so we had a lot of slurs growing up that I didn't know were slurs. Figuring out jipping was a big day for me.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. It's like watching deleted scenes of The Office where you go, I see why they cut that. change my Twitch pic to show how I am 99% of the time about the stream. Oh, we got to bring that up on the screen. It's an Australian slur that means Sicilian, but is definitely something worse in the UK. Oh, okay. That's interesting, Baldy. I'm guessing you don't want to type it in the screen because it's a slur, and that's understandable, but I'm going to see if I can find it right now because that's curious. Australians, I feel like, nail slurs.
Oh my God. They drop one that changed my to show that how I feel 99% of the time about this stream. Is it you smiling?
This is so funny. Did you know there's a Wikipedia page that's just list of ethnic slurs by ethnicities?
No.
I just looked up Australian slur for Sicilians, and that's the first thing that came up.
That's the worst thing to have ever.
And there's a separate one. There's a separate Wikipedia that's just a list of ethnic slurs for a lazier entry.
I mean, I also just like once you get into the Cockney rhyming slang of slurs, holy moly. Like, you just want to walk around being like, you knew what you didn't want to get caught doing this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to do it.
Oh shit. Yeah, you can't say that.
I mean, I'm going to say it right now, Chris. You can't say anything of the words you're looking at on that page. Also, here's my question. Is there a slur for Canadians? Moosefucker doesn't count because moosefucker is just something Craig Campbell made up.
Yeah, it's
like,
just that's not a slur. That's like a name. That's like a weird nickname joke.
But it's also that's a like, he claims that's a slur. He made that up. Like, I don't know anyone in the world. Maple Twat, that Alex made that up. I mean, like, there isn't a. Yeah. Oh, so you wrote down that word? Yeah. No, that word in Australia is crazy.
Wow.
And they will use that like that restaurant.
like the way Nigel Farage said he was going out for Chinese food.
What did he say when he? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nigel. No.
As like a relatable thing. He's like, when you're going out for and everybody went, whoa. Oh, that's interesting, Alex. They reclaimed it. Huh.
Yeah, that's insane. Canuck? No, not Canuck.
No.
But is there?
We call ourselves Canucks.
Yeah, I'm looking.
What's the name of my hockey team? Sorry, you were looking up slur?
I almost just said a joke that I would have been like, well, we have to stop the stream now. Here's the slurs for
Yeah, Baldy, that is not Scottish. That is a global slur.
Which
that
one?
Is the one that Nigel Farage used. Said some Scottish people have tried defending that word Chinese takeaway as a Scottish slang, and it's like, nah, dude. Nah, that's not Scottish. That's not you guys.
Haven't.
You're not special.
I mean, that's amazing. Like, I gotta tell you, and only the Scottish people would stubbornly look you in the face and go, Who's Nick Giannopoulos?
I'm looking up right now.
I mean,
there was a great moment of and stop me if I've told this before on the stream, but Pierre Novelli, Garrett Millick, and Ahir Shah were in Australia doing one of the festivals, and they were hanging out, and this one Australian guy who was hammered, who apparently really enjoyed the show, came up to Ahir and called him the P word.
Come on, buddy.
And Ahir was like, "Don't call me that. That's a terrible word." And the guy's like, "No, in Australia, it's like, it's a fun word. It's okay. Everything's fine." And it wasn't until I swear, like an hour, this guy wouldn't fucking stop. And then eventually Pierre, because he's a magician, did this. He went, right, dude, what's your name? And the guy went, David. And Pierre went, can I call you Dave? He goes, no, I hate being called Dave. He goes, okay, imagine if you spend your whole life asking people not to call you Dave, and all they did was say, no, but Dave's a really fun name where I'm from. You're Dave now. Dave, why won't you let me call you Dave, Dave? Yeah. And the guy started bawling. It immediately clicked for him what he was doing. and he couldn't have been more apologetic, was just openly weeping in this bar, begging forgiveness from Ahir.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
But also, he knew all along. He just got bested in an argument.
Yeah, I mean, also, I feel like he genuinely thought he was a good guy, because those Australians, I feel like, don't cry easily.
Well, no, they do. Australia is like Britain.
So, like 7 pints in?
Yeah. 7
Okay,
pints
yeah.
in, or if anything happens with a sports figure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nick Tempton, he's got a spleen. Also, look up. Did you look up Nick Giannopoulos?
Wow. Yeah.
The
So
first
it's
line. His first. The first line is so crazy. Yeah. Okay. I'll remove all the slurs from his film actor, director of Greek descent. He is best known for his comedy stage show Out of Work, alongside George Caparenius, the sitcom Acropolis Now, and the film Boy, has been described as Australia's leading exponent of humor. I think it's time to watch a little bit of this guy's stand-up. I think is what it's time for.
Oh, 100%. I definitely want to know what this guy's putting out. But also, it's like, it's a weird one where if it's a slur for you and you took it back, I don't think I can be mad about that. You can't do those jokes here because it doesn't mean that word. It doesn't mean the same thing. But in Australia, I mean, fucking hell.
He can say it all he wants. I just am not going to say it. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just Google it and you can't. It's all you get.
Yeah. It'll definitely come up, Alex, but at the same time, it's a weird spot where, like, I'm curious to see how he uses it and how it is in Australian culture.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, this is what I came up. I think this is a sketch, actually. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going?
If you must know, I'm going into the kitchen to fix your bloody tap.
Tap? You're not putting your greasy wog hands on my tap.
To have an Aussie call an Italian a wog on television and to turn it into comedy, I thought was unique. It made me think, wow, if you can get away with that.
Well, there they are at the Enmore Theatre, I'm pretty sure. Is that the Enmore or the Forum?
No,
it's the Enmore, yeah!
Night shift, my first work night shift, much better like this. The children never alone. You know, sometimes my husband with the children, sometimes me with the children. Much better. How old are your children, Signora? 19 and 24. Yeah.
You know, it's just beautiful. The whole thing, everything.
I don't like when people lit like this talk about performance or comedy. I don't.
Yeah, this is politician apologizing for something lighting.
Yeah, this is George W. Bush calling the Iraq War a whoopsie energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
well, we really believed in the intel. You know, we had a lot on our side.
I still hate that his image is being rehabbed. It's driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's just finding your roots lighting. David Hoare, yes, it is.
Yes. That show's so great.
The die on your feet.
Oh no, the finding your roots thing where I think we watched some of it. That's the one where the guy finds out if people own slaves or not.
Of course, but I'm going to show you some of Die on Your Feet.
About it. People found out so quickly about this show.
The show sold out, so we had to extend. And in that third week, once we extended, the word had got out. My happiest moment was when I heard that Monaro car horn outside the theater, because the wogs from the suburbs had arrived.
Jesus.
I don't.
What a great sentence.
What, just Alex White writing "It's bad"?
No, just the the ones from the suburbs had arrived.
Yeah, I'm Australian and I'm talking about something successful, so I'll talk about it in an unnecessarily calm manner. Greg Fleet die. Oh my God.
Who's Greg Fleet?
Noted junkie comedian from Australia, and he made a sitcom about stand-up comedians at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. And Chris, we're going to watch some of it now.
Ooh.
I've watched all of the episodes. Not great.
Does it have vicious editing like we're used to on the stream, or
What do you mean? Oh, I think that editor was one of the writers of this show based on how stand-up comedians of the show. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
This story takes place last April.
It's a big old venue.
Really? Because traditionally,
that's not the place they usually hold the
they
gala.
roll out the Melbourne International Comedy.
But like doing that gala, which is so fucking crazy, I found is you're literally performing in the largest building. They claim in that hemisphere, which is insane.
Wow.
It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, that must be awesome when you're rocking it there. How is that as a show?
As a show to like play?
Yeah. Are they hot?
Hot crowd, hot, coming in hot. Because it's basically,
Awesome.
It would be, okay, the Melbourne International Comedy Festival would be like if the Canadian government owned Just for Laughs. And like everyone's grown up watching it. Everyone enjoys it. It's great. It's so good.
Awesome.
Let's watch
Awesome.
a bit more of this. And Adam Hills, supposedly, by the way, this show's release was delayed because it was so bad. Adam Hills' management had it delayed. That is rumor.
Wow.
I have no evidence to back that up. That's just what Daddy heard on the streets.
I'm just grabbing something off camera. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, then I won't play this for you. Because Alex, you're Australian. Thank you. Yeah, Steve Gates, lovely man. It is true. Also, what was the other thing about Australian comedy I was going to say? I can't remember. Has
What a
been
fucking
mentioned
venue. That's crazy.
on Dum Dum by people involved. Yeah. Well, how I found out about this is because Luke Heggie watches it on rotation, and then I had to watch it to figure out what the fuck he was doing. Have you met Carl Kennedy at all? Never once.
Let's watch it.
Hang on.
But I want to watch
Hang
it.
on. I'm kind of feeling like getting a bit stoned. No, I don't think. I think it was filmed earlier than that. No, I think it was released in 2007 or 2000. Like, wasn't it like? Yes, do it, Alex. You're a pusher. Alex, you know what song is about you? Pusher Man by Curtis Mayfield, which is a compliment. That's one of his bangers.
Yeah, that is a jam.
That might be his. No, Curtis Mayfield did not put a foot wrong there for a long time musically. I got it. It is such a fucking tune.
Yeah. He just they just released a new live album of his that is
what? Is it on Spotify?
Yeah, let me find out what it's called.
It's called Curtis Mayfield Live from Your Dick.
brackets you wish.
All right, if I
I'm not going to stick around for a whole lot longer because yesterday was so long and I was so beat today that I don't want to pull another monster string.
I don't think you should. Let's watch this. And I still haven't decided if I'm sticking around or not. I think I might for a bit.
There are 4 great comics in Australia. What I mean by that are there are 4 comics whom I love both as performers and people. Fortunately, they feel the same way about me as I do about them. So realistically, how can I tell their story without telling mine? So this is our story.
I thought you had this thing fixed. You knew the color was fucked.
5 loving, supportive friends.
I don't like how comedians are ever represented. I don't like the deification of the crew. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, no one does it. No one does it well. Oh, it's just called Curtis/Live. And actually, you know what? This might just be an old Curtis Mayfield album that I just found and not re-released. But it goes hard. Yeah, why can't anyone capture stand-up comedian properly on television or film?
I'm not looking for anyone. I don't want to be captured because it's the same. How do you capture jazz musicians?
Really well in some documentaries,
but yeah,
and in some movies as well. I don't know if you saw La La Land, but it really.
No, I did not. Because as I've said before, Ryan Gosling's career begins and ends when he was aboard the ship for Breaker High.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think I'm going to play Among Us today. I'm still feeling a bit run down. I might like hang out for a bit. I don't feel like getting off right away, but I'm not going to go too much longer. And I really appreciate you guys' excitement. It's just if I'm honest, it's just been a bit of a fucking couple of months, and I'm just trying to be a bit better to myself. I
Fair
hate
enough.
to be sincere, and I'm just cognizant of. I think you guys don't recognize yourselves in these portrayals. Baldy, that is hurtful, and I'm going to be totally honest, accurate. The Comedians of Comedy is excellent and does a good job. Actually, Richard Wright makes a great point. That is a great representation. Jerry Seinfeld's comedian, I'm sorry, does a great job of portraying, and Orny Adams especially, portraying the dick comedian very well.
Fix it. Each of them damaged enough to believe that this story is about them and them alone.
Yeah, stand-up comedy's the best job I've ever had.
It is.
Mind you, before I got into comedy, I was the paddle pop lion.
Steve Gates is in Tripod, which is a very big oh,
John's gone. Everything's gone. It's just me now, guys. What do you want to play? I think we can play Russian roulette. We can play Watch Chris Drink and Smoke.
Alex has gotten to me. Fuck off! I also, yes. Oh, Matt Blair.
Matt Blair, UK. Matt Blair, how's it going?
Welcome,
Good
Raiders.
to see you.
Raiders, big question for you.
Raid.
Who's bigger to you, the Umbilical Brothers or Doug Anthony All-Stars? And I have to stress this. I said the Doug Anthony All-Stars were niche in the UK, not in Australia. And Alex Watson, because she's got cotton in her ears, won't let it go.
The Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers?
Yeah. That's the Canadian version of the Doug Anthony All-Stars.
Yeah, real good. Great.
The Doug Ogilvy Hall of Famers sound awful as a musical band. I hate the Doug Ogilvy.
Dan Ogilvy.
Dan Ogilvy. I don't. You know what, Chris? I hope you're sitting. Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down right now.
Get ready to be shocked by the fact that I don't care for the Dan Ogilvy.
I think that's what they're called. I think it's the Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers, isn't it? The famous Australian. One of them has leukemia, I think. It's an improv group. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Richard Wright, when he plays, he plays. You know what I'm saying?
Richard's a funny man. Oh
no, here we go.
I'm getting bombarded with Adam Sandler. I got to take my headphones off. I can't hear you.
I can hear it. I can hear it from here.
They're done. Okay.
Oh my! The Dan Ogilvy Hall of Fame. They're all just playing washboards and no other instruments. They're all gonna laugh at you. That is what's never been heard from the Alex. But like, let him up a bit because we can't keep doing the show if you keep. Dan Ogilvy. It's also, why are they in a Hall of Fame and then are a band? And then, because am I the only one that's crazy that when you were a kid, did you have, for some reason, they really stressed that the washboard was a musical instrument that would be important later in life?
Oh, I always felt like it had been important. It had been grandfathered in as therefore important. Like what band would that be? Like the
Rush,
the Kinks.
The Kinks are important. Yes, Baldy. What can I do for you, Baldy?
John, I've got 2 tickets to the Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers. Do you want to go?
Oh my God! Yes, of course. But
by the way, if we ever get to see the Doug Anthony All Stars, we're getting Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers T-shirts made, and we're gonna go and get our T-shirt taken with the picture taken with the band.
You've been timed out, son. Oh, I'm timed out.
Oh, you were timed out. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? So I'm here to name some of the Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers' greatest hits. There's oh my goodness, she's a little bit off, isn't she? And that one's great. That one's it's a 12-minute long washboard solo right in the middle. There's Give Me Back My Hat, Larry. That one is a personal favorite. We used to sing it at Christmas. D-Carp Janko Dones hasn't made an appearance. Haven't seen him once. Oh, Frank's not on this one. Hold on, let me bring it over here. Frank me now. Now you can frank me. It's not part of the raid. The raid scene. You just threw away 1,000 channel points. That's what you get for bombarding me with Adam Sandler for minutes. Fun fact about the Dan Anthony. Oh my God. I like their little known. Well, I didn't mind it, but I wouldn't go again. Yeah, that was a great one. That was really scathing satire that they put out.
You know, the song I always enjoyed of theirs, which is I would if I could, but I'm not sure I'm gonna make it.
And the fans all chant, "Will he make it?" You know, if you go into camera settings, you can turn off auto zoom in OBS. Will he make it? Will he make it? And all the fans come and they throw like non-committal commemorative pillows that say like, "How are you?" But "you" is in quotes. It's all very avant-garde stuff. They're huge in Australia. I don't know if you've heard of their knockoff band, the Doug Anthony All-Stars, but those guys just stole their act.
I also enjoy their where the fuck camera settings? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so go to camera properties. If you're in OBS, that is.
I am in OBS.
Go to configure video, click on camera control, and then there's a little box on focus that says auto that's ticked, untick it.
Oh, there it is right there. Fuck off autofocus. But now it's just not going to focus.
Yeah, you need it to focus first and then turn off autofocus.
No.
But we're gonna call this a day in a second anyway. So now you know for later.
Maybe you will.
Ooh, I'm gonna play NBA 2K. I can either do it on stream or on my own. I'm playing it either way. So if people want to watch, let me know, and you can do that, and then we can play NBA 2K. And if not, then no worries. We'll raid someone, and then I'll just play it on my own and still have a pretty nice time because I love that game.
Yeah, I'm blurry now. I'll fix this off camera because this is very irritating. You're not gonna play it right away. First, we're gonna talk about that thing we're not gonna talk about on what you call.
That's so begrudging, Alex. We will watch. We will watch.
Figure video. Is that where I go again? No. Yes.
Yeah. And then just fuck with the zoom there for a second until you're in focus, and then unclick auto. You can't even see my face, Alex. I don't even have one. Oh, that was in John's chat. Fair enough.
Yes. No, I don't know. What happened to die on your feet? Boo. I don't know what's going on with this whole fucking thing. I don't know what's going on. Defaults. Oh, fuck off.
Well, that's all right. We'll do it tomorrow. Do you want to raid me? We'll shut this down. I'll put on the coming back soon because I gotta get a drink, and we'll talk about that thing. I'll put on some kick-ass tunes, and then we can talk about that thing, and then I'll come on and play NBA.
Yes, queen.
I am a queen. Thank you for acknowledging my regal nature.
Also, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Plugs and raids. Ladies and gentlemen, please check out my podcast, which now has merch. Please download that merch. And you can also head on over to my Discord, where we will be playing Among Us. I think I'm going to do Among Us tomorrow before this stream, Among Us or some gaming or something like that, just to hang out and chill. I totally appreciate your continued support. Go to my Bandcamp to check out any of my stand-up comedy releases, or listen on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you find good comedy music to enjoy.
They're very good. John Hastings stand-up, as much as I begrudge saying this because obviously I don't like him at all, is very, very funny. It's very funny.
We're doing this as enemies.
Yeah, this is basically self-loathing incarnate, this show.
Yeah. Download merch. Yeah, man, just download the merch.
Yeah, he's selling NFTs, guys. You didn't know?
Does that mean before 1 p.m. PST? Yes, I do.
It'll be at 1 p.m. PST, won't it?
Tomorrow's streams will be early. I will be at 1 p.m. PST.
Which is 9 p.m. UK time.
9 p.m. UK time. And then I will be playing at some point earlier than that. We will play Passepartout, all that sort of stuff. Because you're usually done by 2:30. So
I start at 2:30.
2:30, and then you go for a couple of hours?
Couple hours, yeah.
All right, sweet. So I'll probably start around 9 my time, so probably around 5 UK time. Yes, I can explain. Also, announcement, I'm a Shiba coin boy now. Very good. That was actually something, D-Corp, I've been reading a lot about Dogecoin. I was incredibly fucking worried about you because I'm like, man, that's down 30 to 40%. My boy D-Corp's got a family.
But he bought those coins back when it was nothing. It's not. I don't think he's investing new money in Dogecoin. This is all a win for him.
People are though.
People are, but not D-Carp. D-Carp's too smart for that. He's a fucking bowling champion.
I will attempt to tune in from. Shit! I'm at like 10 times value still. Sweet. Oh yeah, and by the way, go into the Discord and suggest merch for the Hummus Chums is getting merch.
Pew, 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 pew. I have merch. Check out my merch. Team Bet stuff, Mr. Fur Machine stuff, ABD stuff, and Christmas Versus stuff. And check that out. It's in my store. You can find it in my chat.
Also, a cone of silence as channel point reward at John. I don't know what that means. Cone of silence. What does that mean?
Yeah. What is a cone of silence?
Yeah, explain yourself.
Very curious.
Do we need a Discord poll? Yes, Wandering Joy, we do.
That's a great idea. By the way, Wandering Joy, I might forget to answer you, but that idea that you had for my Discord, I love that idea. Please do that.
I do like Get Smart a lot. I love Get Smart. I know. Yeah. Oh, a bubble-shaped overlay? Yes. Yes, we need a cone of silence. We need a cone of silence. Yes.
Oh, what does that do?
It's just if you and I are telling secrets, it's a cone that goes over top of us and no one can share our secrets.
That's very nice. I like that. Cove merch. That Leighton. Of course, there has to be Cove merch.
Yeah,
there will be Cove merch.
Alex Watson needs it at least. I want Dogecoin merch. Is that possible to get Dogecoin? What is Wandering Joy doing in your Discord? I want to know.
She just had some cool like music ideas, and I liked it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I thought about it for a day, and I was like, "It's a really fucking fun idea."
I feel very lazy with the stream, but I also am just like, I haven't been outside yet today.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing to do outside for me now. It's 12:15, and I won't go to bed for a couple hours, and I will just play 2K anyway. So that's why I was like, if they want to jump on, feel free to watch. But it's how I've been calming myself down. It's either poker, Civilization, which I'm getting much better at, or 2K. And right now it's 2K.
Sweet. I assume you hate it like the producers. How about the Get Smart movie? I mean, I have so many problems with the Get Smart movie, but I like it because it is the Get Smart movie. You know what I'm saying?
The Steve Carell one?
Yeah, not great,
okay,
but still a Get Smart movie. Do you know what I mean?
But wasn't Naked Gun a Get Smart movie? Oh no, that was a police show. Police Squad movie. That's right. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, not as bad as the two before it. Wait, they did their own movies? Oh God. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and buy some coleslaw.
Ooh, always bragging this one.
I know. First, what I'm gonna do is JFC. Just fucking kidding. Is that what that means? But you misspelled kidding.
It means John's fucking chicken. That's your new merch, bud.
Fucking chicken, baby. Oh, Mel
John's fucking chicken
had nothing to do with it. Then why make it? Buck Henry, by the way, noted fucking noted kink man. Buck Henry. Yeah, apparently
noted.
Often found at kink slave auctions. Was apparently approached because someone from like New York Magazine was doing an article about like kink auctions for like doms to buy subs, at these auctions at like the meatpacking district sex clubs and walked up to Buck Henry. I was like,
I don't like any of that.
And said, "Are you Buck Henry?" And Buck Henry went, "Not tonight."
Zipped his mouth shut and walked off.
It zipped his mouth shut and asked his master politely if he was able to leave. That's Foggy Camera John. I mean, I can't believe it feels like it was 4 hours ago we were talking to Steve Fury. Let's do 10 more minutes, Chris.
We can do 10 more minutes.
I mean, I can do 10 to 15 more minutes and then get after it. I want to fix my camera. It's now bugging the shit out of me. All right.
Well, if this is going to be an admin 10 minutes, then no.
It's not going to be an admin 10 minutes. Let's keep it going.
I was listening to Conan's podcast with Seth Rogen today, and I was sort of napping through most of it, so I missed a lot of it. But there's one part that I was awake for where he talked about this. I guess he wrote a book that's like him just telling stories about famous people, and Conan's like, I would never have told these stories to anybody, but you put them in a book. And one of them is that I guess when they were casting for one of the movies that Seth Rogen made, Nicolas Cage demanded to have an audition to play like a Jamaican white guy.
I love it. And
so he came in, did the whole oh, sorry, Alex, I was just asleep. And because my phone's gone, I forget how many things I normally check on my phone. My phone's been dead for days. I'm loving it. I fucking love it. So I didn't actually get online until right before the stream. I'm sorry, Alex. That is my fault, and I owe you a coffee or beer or something because it's not cool that I stood you up.
More like fuck Henry.
Oh, fuck Henry. And so then later on, they were going to have a meeting about some movie, and Nicolas Cage asked them to have this meeting. So he brought them in just to confront them because he thought that they had stolen his Jamaican character. Excuse me, for that. What was the movie with James Franco and the three girls in bikinis that were robbing things? The fuck was that?
Oh, Spring Breakers. And it was
Spring Breakers. Yeah, the Harmony Korine movie.
Yeah, it was directed by that junkie that David Letterman hates.
Yeah, and so Nicolas Cage apparently faked there being a movie just so that he could have this meeting with them, confront them about it. And then they were like, no, that's not the case. And so Nicolas Cage, before they'd even ordered any food, just went, oh, all right, well then I'm leaving, and just stomped off, called a meeting, organized a dinner with all these people from Hollywood to accuse them of something. Turns out they didn't do it. And he's like, all right, well then I'm leaving, and just walked away. And I was like,
I love it. I love it so much. Because here's the thing, Nicolas Cage lives up to it. You know what I mean? John Travolta's not showing up with a bunch of Scientologists in a weird wig being like, I'm an airplane pilot and no way am I gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, John Travolta will just be a guy.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise apparently lives up to being Tom Cruise. Apparently, like, literally, like, we'll walk in and be like, I got cupcakes for everyone. And they're like, we're at a restaurant, Tom. And he's like, come on, man. Who doesn't like cupcakes?
Yeah. Just straight up the nicest guy. Baldy, that rapper's name is Riff Raff. And he is mentioned in a Hannibal Buress special, because that's the guy where he goes, I saw Riff Raff, and he just stood there and vibed out while the DJ played his songs. And so it was just Riff Raff music playing, and every now and then he'd come in and say two words over the track and then just lean back again and watch it happen. Dude's a maniac.
I gotta tell you this, black celebrities always better than white celebrities. Not to make this about race, but everything.
Riff Raff's white.
No.
Yeah.
I did not. That is not the confidence I'm used to from a white musician.
I think he'd be surprised to find out he was white, but he is white.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Bob Crane. Bob Crane is in the guy who got his head caved in by a tripod. Talk about Bob Crane next stream. Didn't we talk about Bob Crane on this stream? The guy from Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, I mean,
caved in with a tripod.
I remember head caved in with a tripod, but I don't remember anything around that.
It was Bob Crane, I think.
Bob Crane.
Yeah, I don't think so. I talked about it somewhere. I think it was here.
We definitely, because I think we were talking about Ginger Baker, and I talked about how he broke the documentarian's nose with his cane. And then I think we got on to something about a guy got his head caved in with a tripod, but I can't remember the story around it.
Yeah, I can remember. Is Hannibal now a slumlord or something? What the fuck? Really?
Oh, I think he owned part of a building, and people were like, "Slumlord," and he was like, "I'm getting out of this business then."
I'm looking it up right now. I'm clicking on news tab. Nope, does not come out. Slumlord.
So funny. So I found a thing that said it's Hannibal Buress landlord comments are causing a stir on Twitter, and here let me show you the picture that they used. You want to bring that up? It's not Comic-Con, but it's not Comic-Con. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that looks like a tech convention, which is the Comic-Con of tech conventions. Oh God.
Hannibal Buress raised eyebrows Wednesday when he reiterated his opposition to nationwide rent control, then asked his Twitter followers to donate to a landlord trade association. It's unclear if this is some sort of bizarre comedy bit. The controversy started when the 36-year-old... man, I'm older than Hannibal Buress. That blows. The controversy started when the 36-year-old entertainer dismissed Bernie Sanders' calls for national rent control standards. Vermont senator and 2020 presidential candidate has proposed limiting rent increases to 3% or 1.5 times general inflation, whichever turns out to be higher. Sanders highlighted the issue by tweeting Grace Hawley. Buress responded to Sanders' tweet simply with "wrong." The comedian actor then encouraged users to donate money to the Illinois Rental Property Owners Association, which has fought against rent control legislation. That's not the same as a slumlord.
No, that's not the same as a, but that's how gossip works.
Yeah.
Is that you're like, no, wrong. Did you like the Hannibal Buress documentary about the Fringe?
I like that a bunch of my friends are in it. I think that's very funny.
I like that it was filmed the year after his debut, and he just lied.
That's very funny.
He just lied. Straight up lied. I also like that guy he's the longest overrunner in the history of the Edinburgh Festival. But that's not true. But he's the longest one I know about.
Really? I didn't know that.
First night did 90 minutes.
Ooh, do you know who was following him?
I think it was Oyster Eyes.
Who the fuck are Oyster Eyes?
They're a sketch troupe. We can talk about that off air quickly as well if you'd like.
Okay.
I heard that's why Eric Andre isn't working with him anymore. There's no way that's why Eric Andre's not working. I didn't think that I assumed they still were working together.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but I'd be pretty surprised that's why. I think Eric Andre's just moved on to other things. Have you seen his movie yet? I haven't watched it. Apparently, it's great.
No, I don't care. I love Eric Andre as a live performer. It's a great perk of LA is you see that guy do a lot of stand-up.
Nice.
Much better stand-up than... He's like an old throwback stand-up. He's an old throwback American stand-up, which I really like, which is just way overly cocky. This situation just happened to me, guy. And sure, it's a bit exaggerated, but it just works so well.
Yeah, I mean, I watched his special. I didn't like the special, but I felt like if I'd been in the room, I might have liked it a lot more.
Yeah, his energy doesn't work being recorded. This is so old school, which is listening to the MASH theme. That's so old school.
Great song. Is that what you used to do before I got on here? Was it a MASH themed show?
We did a listen along, and because a bunch of people had not heard the lyrics to.
What is it? Suicide is.
Yeah, it's
because suicide is painless.
Yeah, and it was written by a 14-year-old. It was written by the composer's son or something like that. We did hours. Yeah, well, I've only got Tumblr, not industry friends. All right, Ada. I mean, Tumblr is our industry friends, by the way. If you don't think, where do you think all that information's coming from? It's the same bitter fucks we're pals with.
Oh yeah, 100%. We just hear it from the person who posted it. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. We just text, hey, was this you?
Yeah.
Let's watch a bit more of Die on Your Feet, and then I'm going to fuck off, and then you're going to play video games, and I'm going to go outside for the first time. And I'm going to be honest, guys, in sunshine, 2 days. Suicide is painless. Everyone is cool. Also, Alan Arkin, like he can get it every decade. He's an actor, right?
Do you mean Arkin or Alda?
Alda, pardon. Actually, both.
Yeah, I mean it's correct for both.
About Arkin more now. Young Arkin, Alan Arkin starts getting. He's always good, but Alan Arkin starts really pulling ahead. Glengarry Glen Ross, mixed field. It's tough to stand out, but he starts really pulling. Little Miss Sunshine doesn't get the that movie is so fucking good.
I love that movie. Love it.
Oh my god, just everything about it I think is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's fucking great. Bill Hader's Alan Alda impression is fantastic. I love that. I can't remember who he was talking about, but Stephen Colbert had this desk bit where he goes, someone was getting divorced, and he's like, as we all know, Hollywood marriages never work, except of course for the lovely relationship of Alan and Ethel Alda, together 44 years strong. And it just showed a very nice picture of this sweet couple of Alan Alda and his wife. That's very nice. I like that.
Goddamn. I still think that Alan Alda is such a good shithead ne'er-do-well East Coast senator in The Aviator. He's so good at being kind of a smarmy dick.
Dude, I hate to be the one to bring up Louis C.K. again, but in Horace and Pete, he might have been my favorite part of the show.
And Alan Alda, I have huge problems with Horace and Pete, which I illuminated when we were speaking. It was just basically watching. As someone who went through theater school, I know it's one of those things where it's like a magician to magician. It's like I know what you just read, Lou. I know where you got all of this. But Alan, the other thing with it is, don't put someone like Alan Alda, and Lorraine Newbin around people that aren't actors. The thing, you really see how bad at acting Louis C.K. is.
Oh, Laurie Metcalf is who you're thinking
Laurie
of.
Metcalf.
Yeah, Laurie Metcalf crushes that episode. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh my god, yeah. Would have been even better if it was Marty Short and his deceased wife. Fuck yeah. By the way, and I don't know if your book club has ever gotten off the ground. Marty Short's autobiography, you will have so much hope.
Nice. Alan and Arlene Alda. Thank you, Ada.
Arlene, holy shit.
That's
please,
so
everyone,
sweet.
Martin Short's book is so good. It's so hopeful. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling blue, steal it. It's so fucking good.
Can you just take a second and just close your eyes, hear Alan Alda's voice saying Arlene. It's just so heartwarming.
That's good
it's
stuff.
It's so good.
Can we just watch it? Let's see what happens if you type in Alan Alda best of into YouTube.
It's going to be MASH. It's got to be MASH. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched the MASH movie, very funny.
MASH movie they're both very good. Would you like to see Alan Alda sharing a scene with his dad, Robert Alda?
I didn't even know there was a Robert Alda.
Neither did I. Well, I got to tell you this. Based on how old Alan Alda is, there hasn't been one for quite some time.
Yeah, man. Elliot Gould. Sadaf and I came away from watching the MASH movie being like, why don't we see Elliot Gould in more things?
Oh, I can explain that, by the way.
Oh, okay, because he's so funny.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Asshole. Giant asshole.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Apparently, he really likes calling directors cocksuckers. There's some story of he's like, so I called him a cocksucker, and they didn't like that. But
such a shame.
But it's funny. It's I'm like, Elliot, are you acting like that's your thing?
He didn't get it. I called him a cocksucker because he sucks cocks. It's very funny stuff.
Rip hits people with a hammer. I calls him a cocksucker. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You did a good job, Doctor. Somebody had to. I didn't drink at all in World War I.
Was liquor invented then?
In the Second War, I never drank until I was through working.
One for the road, Doc? Or two or three? Maybe like to take a few home in a doggy bag.
I can see Finn Taylor playing this role if he toned it down a little bit, but I could definitely see him playing this role well.
The thing that's very interesting about MASH is Ron Adams is in a Get Smart. I forgot Alex loves Get Smart, which makes sense. It's quality program.
Pretty cool.
Quality person.
Hey.
The one thing I forgot about, MASH loved a sincere, tense moment. And it's very jarring because sometimes you can clearly tell they were like, oh, I need another sincere, tense moment. and then they would throw something like this in, and it's just you're just like, this is not.
Yeah, this is really, really stilted. This is like the writing is supposed to be punchy, like a His Girl Friday, sort of like quip, bah, and it's just too long a pause for the length of a quip, and it's a weird scene.
Alan Alda just love us slow it down. You know what I mean? Let's just slow it down. Pick up the pace, Alda.
Yeah.
Please don't confuse my explanation for an apology. The place got to me. I wanted to get into the game, but I'd forgotten how rough the game can be. Didn't you ever have that problem?
Not to your degree.
What's that you're leaning on? A bubblegum machine?
This really feels like a father-son conversation.
Yeah, this really feels like Alan Alda and his dad Robert are actually having a moment, and then they just turn the cameras on.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Of these two, who do you want to fuck more? I'm gonna say it. It's Robert Alda.
Definitely Robert.
Yeah.
Definitely Robert.
Like, I'm gonna say this about the Alda men. They get after it late in life. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty there, but he kind of looks like a Cary Grant stunt double.
Yes.
But Robert.
Yeah, Alan Alda looks like a matinee Idols stand-in, and then he hits like 55, and you're just like,
woo!
Who's that new boy in town? Cary Grant being like, "Oh, you look like that actor Ralph Bellamy." I do not hit that.
Wow, that's
all the way.
Oh, interesting.
Why not both coming in from Alex Watson? Interesting.
Fair enough. Is that a picture of a horse throwing up?
No, that's a picture of, I think, Alex, who's dropped a bunch of yogurt.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
I mean, what's even crazier is the idea that you thought she just had a photo of a horse throwing up.
Well, she had said that her profile picture was how she feels about the stream.
I don't think horses can throw up.
Let's find out.
I feel like we're about to watch another video. Let's watch. Okay, while you look that up, I'm going to keep watching this and see what happens.
You have a great many gifts, Doctor. It's a pity you can't number compassion among them.
How crazy would it be if right there he just takes out his dick? It's a great picture. And then he sucks his own dick.
Here's your compassion, Dad.
Yeah.
It is practically impossible for a horse to vomit.
How do you like that? How do you fucking like that?
My goodness.
Horses once again proving why they are the noble gentlemen of the farm.
They are fucking regal. They're beautiful creatures.
Oh yeah. I mean, when John Oliver's very good at these subtle jags that they do throughout an entire season. And this season when he just wanted to fuck horses it was not as good as when he wanted to just fuck Adam Driver. That's
very funny. Yeah.
Break my fingers, you noble mountain. What is going on? Yes, I drop in to see my husband debate the fuckability of Alan Alda. Staff, are we wrong or are we wrong? Okay, you can have this. Listen, this is fine. If he was pasta, it's a good Italian restaurant, but it's a chain.
It's an arrabbiata. It's a nice arrabbiata.
Or you can have this fucking meatball of a man. You want to get choked with pleasure?
Made by Joe Pesci's mom.
Yeah. This is this kind of guy. If you put fucking ketchup on your food, he'll punch you in the face. By the way, I love subtle things about the Goodfellas. Something that someone pointed out to me recently, which is amazing, is in that scene where they're eating food and Billy Batts is in the trunk. Robert De Niro is putting ketchup on his food. And if you watch Martin Scorsese's mother, she keeps going like this. And it's because she's freaking out. He's putting ketchup on her food.
That's not acting. She's genuinely pissed about it.
She's genuinely pissed about it because you know who did craft services for that entire movie? Martin
No.
Mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Also,
right, sweetheart? That's a fuckable man. That's Robert Alda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Robert Sadaf. Like driver fangirls aren't also horse fuckers. That's good, clean fun is what that is, Chris. The other one is
good clean fun.
What were we just talking about? Alan Alda, fucking Alan Alda, fucking horses.
Can horses throw up? No.
Can horses
Yes,
throw
but
up?
it's a very bad sign.
I don't know. We'll wrap this up and then you can play. We'll watch a bit more Die on Your Feet
I'm
and then we'll
suffering
go.
from the 3 sure signs of age. Bit of a spread, gray hair, feet of clay. I wish you better luck on your third war.
Aw, Radar.
I mean, I always liked Radar. Although you couldn't do Klinger ever, could you?
No.
Yeah, like
No.
oh, Elliot Gould. Okay, wait, Alan Alda or Elliot Gould?
Elliot Gould.
Yeah, Elliot Gould. Elliot Gould has a fire inside of him that I want that to be in me.
Yeah. Yeah. Burn me down, Elliot.
You know who I've never found that attractive is Steve McQueen. I think he just knows he's too pretty.
But he's so pretty, though.
I mean, is he? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Although that said, Bullet lacks a plot, but is phenomenally, as a movie to look at, just fucking so cool.
Haven't watched it. I got to watch Bullet.
You haven't watched Bullet?
Never seen Bullet. Keep missing it.
Then you
I'm like the Matrix.
Fuck off!
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Elliot Gould is circumcised too. Well,
Boo.
I mean, Baldy
The
speaks.
more
truth
Elliot
here.
Gould, the better. Yeah, that's I mean, Paul Newman's the sexiest man of all time.
Like Jesus, not only sexiest man of all time, like crazy. Like I mean, him trying to fight William Buckley is one of the greatest stories ever. Do you know who William Buckley is? You definitely.
Yeah,
do.
he was what's his name? Gore Vidal's nemesis.
He was Gore Vidal's nemesis. There's a great documentary out there called Best of Enemies that was about their debate at the 1968 conventions.
Yeah, that was great.
It's a great documentary. It's how I got my love of Gore Vidal. But there's a better story that he isn't really gone into on that documentary that's then Gore Vidal later uses as like a think piece. But his wife, Gore Vidal, or Paul Newman's wife, whose name I never can remember, she's also an actor, confirmed, which was Paul Newman and Gore Vidal were roommates in LA for years. So Paul escorted Gore to this big TV event, and he's an actor, and it'll be like good to support his friend. And he's watching the debates, and he's like, "I want a beer." And they were like, "Well, Buckley's got beer in his fridge in his dressing room. He demanded it." And he's like, "Thanks, boys." Or William Buckley, Gore Vidal was a left-wing American political commentator. Richard Buckley was sort of like the last, and like not reason, like he was the last right-wing commentator that wasn't like overtly preaching fascism. He was just like
he was a sophist though.
Yeah,
he was the worst.
He was covertly preaching fascism.
Yeah,
and creating the foundation for the nightmare that we all live in now. Anyway, so Buckley and him have these televised debates. They end with Buckley threatening to punch Gore Vidal and calling him some slur for homosexual. And Paul Newman watches this. Everyone's now pissed off. Paul Newman goes up to William Buckley and is basically like, "Where do you fucking get off saying that on fucking Do you want to fucking have a fucking problem? You'll fucking fight me, Paul Newman." And William Buckley goes, "Is that one of my beers from my dressing room?" And Paul Newman apparently went, "Yeah," and then put it down and was like, "We gotta go." Yeah, like Paul Newman, great wrestling race car driver, was at the March on Washington with MLK.
Yeah,
great actor, and set up a non-profit salad dressing company. And also, by the way, knew how often people just looked for his eyes because they were so sparkly. So if he didn't want to be recognized, he just wore sunglasses.
Smart.
And here's the thing: that meant that he wore sunglasses inside a lot and doesn't have a reputation for being a dick. Also, he's the best. He's the only well-cast person in the movie Road to Perdition, which is a great movie. But I feel the cast. I love that movie. The cast should be different.
I thought it was deeply boring.
Yeah.
That was it. Just didn't grab me, and I was like, I like all of these pieces. I should love this movie. For some reason, I was like, oh god,
the cast doesn't work for it. Tom Hanks doesn't work in that role.
That's a good call. That's a poor casting.
Because you're just like, Tom Hanks is playing a bad dad, and you just watch it being like, I don't think you are. Although that said, now that, fucking Chet Hanks kept declaring it white boy summer, maybe he is a bad dad.
You know what, though? That's why they had to bring in Tim Allen to Toy Story. Because originally, Woody was supposed to be the bad guy, but test audiences kept being like, it's Tom Hanks. He's not a bad guy. Tom Hanks is a nice guy. We don't know. This doesn't make any sense. So they had to change the story and bring in rewrite the whole thing.
Tom Hanks with a mustache, pass. D-Carp, I respect it, but Truman Hanks, I don't know who Truman Hanks is.
Nor do I, my friend.
Someone threw a Bible at me once. I took it as a compliment.
Oh, I do comedy because there's not that many jobs for men who dress up as women. Not that I would.
This was originally based off of a play, and I hate it.
Watching comedians try to be funny for the camera is so fucking painful.
That's Greg Fleet, and he loves and Bob Graffo is clearly a reference to Boothby Graffo.
Yeah.
That was footy. Yeah, fame doesn't really interest me. Certainly never driven me.
Did you see that? The Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers were on the stage.
Oh my God, was that the Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers?
That was the Dan Ogilvy Hall of Famers.
He's lying and famous already.
Wow. Greg Fleet has real Igor vibes.
Hello, children. Would you like a paddle pop?
Hastings talking about originally needs edited in ASAP. Yeah, that should just pop up. Oh my God, yeah, Good News Week Television produced this. Oh, I'm gonna say this intro is so long.
Real long. Also, feels like a clear ripoff of Just for Laughs.
What, the Melbourne International Comedy Festival?
No, just that whole lead up and with like jazzy music over it.
It's sort of just the vibe of how they look, like they make it seem that way. They're all very bad at acting. I'm gonna say, like, that was one of the worst.
Terrible.
I'm finding it a bit negative.
It is nice to see the town hall. Galax, I completely agree with you. Did Watch Mojo produce this? If they had, then it wouldn't be starring internationally famous comedian John Hastings.
You can't possibly say the only decent bands to come out of Australia before 1985 were either the Divinals or from Brisbane.
Yes, I can.
You can tell that he's a Kevin Smith fan with the way he delivered that.
I just like saying things like
Yeah, you can tell also that all of the dialogue is from Greg.
Only to you, darling. Only to you.
Oh, I don't know about that, OJ. Does Brian seem pissed off to you?
I'm thinking about ponies.
Bravo. I refuse to be pissed off by a woman who wouldn't let anyone fix her television for a
Okay,
year
so
because,
what is
quote,
this exactly?
black and white is sexy.
I don't understand what the show is supposed to be.
This is bad. This is bad television.
It's terrible, but I thought that it was sort of like a documentary about stand-up, and then you told me that they're playing characters, so I was like, okay, so it's like a mockumentary about stand-up, but now it's a sitcom?
It's a sitcom about stand-up comedians during a comedy festival. The main overarching arc is that one of them hasn't written a show, and his show has to be a success by the end of the festival. Which
The old Phil Nickel, eh?
Yeah, but again, Phil, by the way, first of all, I don't believe that story. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that either.
Like, it's one of those ones where it's like the longer you're in show business, whenever someone's like, "Oh, I didn't actually do this," I go, "Well, you're just lying. Like, that's not true."
Also,
Like,
Phil is such a hard worker.
Yeah, like, yeah, he parties.
Yeah.
But
Omar Sharif is hot baldy. You're correct.
Oh my God, Ed Knight is live.
Yeah.
Do we do something to Ed Knight? What do we do? We need to use. Can someone just pop into Ed Knight's chat and just ask him about a Batman bed? And then we'll wait 2 minutes, and then I'll ask him about a Batman bed, and then someone else will ask him about a Batman bed.
Let's see if I can bring up this feed. Let's see how this turns out.
Ed Knight.
Good old Ed Knight.
Yeah.
I like Ed. I think it's very funny how Paul doubles down.
I love it. Their feud is hilarious.
Ed doesn't know he's in a feud.
Alex Watson, very good job. Alex Watson, I log in. First comment. Yo, why are you getting a Batman bed? All right. I'm going to wait 2 minutes, and then where would he put it? He's a cabin boy. I'm just going to leave that in the background, and then I'll pop in a moment. Well, for saying that we were sticking around for another 5 minutes and then going, we did another hour.
That's how the stream goes.
Yeah. I honestly can't believe we're getting, but that, something that we started doing because I had an injury is now about to attempt to buy a bat. I also haven't looked at the fundraiser all day.
We're at 130 pounds, which, considering we've barely pushed it, is fucking remarkable.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to throw some money in there. I assume you're going to throw some money in there.
For sure.
Yeah. And then, yeah, very good. Oh, my God. Donate to get Paul the Batman bed. Also, we
Monday,
also need...
mega stream.
Monday, mega stream. So are we starting at 8 or 9? 4 or 5 your time? If we're going...
I'm good. I'm good with either. 4 is better because then I don't have to stay up as late.
Then we can go with 4. That's just
4 is
that
four is
means
better.
getting up and getting ready to start at 8 on Monday. Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. We'll do a nice tight one on Sunday night.
Yeah, we'll do a nice tight one on Sunday night and a nice tight one on Tuesday because fuck all of you. We'll be talking for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Not fuck all.
Very much.
And Baldy 3 pop prediction live. Very good. So yeah, also if you guys have any suggestions for bits, things you want to see, things that we may have forgotten that we said we would do that haven't happened, join our Discords, get all of that sort of happening. We're going to be on for 12 hours. There will be guests, but obviously there will not. We're doing it a bit differently. We've learned from our other mega streams. So we're going to schedule it. There'll be a guest an hour. There will be Untitled Twitch stream favorites are, of course, allowed to stay for as long as you want. So your Toms, your Ashleys, your Elliots will be given, of course, free reign. But then someone will be joining us every hour. Frank Castillo, who Paul doesn't know, I was thinking of bringing back in because he was phenomenal.
He was great.
And also, him and Steve, I think, and I may get some more Americans to pop in for no other reason than at a certain point, British people are not going to want to be there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're going to have to shift to North America once it hits probably 11, honestly.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to need Max White.
Yeah. Probably get Hogan back. Hogan's back on Thursday, but we can probably get him on Monday as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
He was an absolute delight.
Dude's the best.
Oh, man, Sean's coming on Thursday. I got to keep it tight on Thursday. Oh,
well, he's coming. He's booked in. He's on the spreadsheet.
No, I know he is. I'm happy he's there. I just JJ. We gotta have JJ on? Great point, Baldy.
Yeah, I gotta have JJ on.
Yeah, we'll get on JJ. All right, great. Well, sorry for cutting into NBA 2K time.
No, not at all. This is great.
I will. Do you want me to raid you?
Yeah, if you want to raid me, and then I'll go to starting soon. While I set stuff up, I'll put on some music. And then
we can talk about that thing.
We'll talk about that thing, and then I will play some NBA 2K. So guys, come on over. I'm going to play some 2K.
NBA 2K. All right.
I got drafted by the Denver Nuggets, which is a little bit annoying.
But I'm going to. We're going to talk for the next 8 minutes, just because I've decided that it's a nice round number.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So,
excuse me.
I can't burp, and I got to tell you, it's a nightmare.
Burping's the best.
Alex wants to know who will donate more. I say we make an agreement that we donate the same. They're all gonna laugh at you. I got that too. How do you feel about that?
I didn't hear it. I got a no in my ear just
Alex
as you finish your sentence.
Who's going to donate more? And I say we just donate the same.
Yeah, that sounds plausible. That sounds likely. Yeah. I'm into that.
Here's a peek behind the curtain. We're getting him this Batman bed. So at a certain point, if worse comes to worse,
we're getting the fucking Batman bed.
Yeah, like
over under 3 Kentucky butt bounces.
Who are you, John? My mom. That's right. Does your mom do the Kentucky butt bounce? But it looks like she's just looking for her keys. She can't burp. I don't know why that really got me.
Ada, I love that. I fucking love that.
About explaining it on the back, like be like, but no.
That's good, clean fun right there. That's good,
You know
clean
what
fun.
that is? John is tight with his money was the point of the prediction. I'm not tight with my money. When I have to spend it, I will. But that also means that sometimes I'll sleep in a bus station where it's just, I'm like, I don't need a hotel. I can survive. Although, by the way, that sometimes means I definitely need a hotel and shouldn't be sleeping in a bus station. But do it anyway. And then I get burnt out.
Yeah.
God.
What music should I play while people are waiting?
Are you going to go pretzel rock?
No, I just play regular music, and then Twitch is like, we'll just mute that. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. Pop on pretzel rock is pretty great. If you
I've got pretzel rock. I play that while I'm streaming, but in the pre thing, I just give them a good ass album. Like earlier today, we're listening to Coulter Wall, excellent modern country.
Put on fucking Curtis Mayfield. Hang on.
Great shout.
Hey,
done.
Ed, do you have a Batman bed? Do you want? What I like is, by the way, he's muted. So, full disclosure, you are muted. I cannot hear you.
He said, "Why are you trying to shift one?"
Oh, also, what, Alex? How many streams are you watching right now?
So many.
The Elton one again, please. Yeah, play Curtis. As long as his novelty bed.
Ed thought that you meant that he was muted on his channel, and you freaked him out.
Hey, Valdi. No, I muted you. I am still streaming. Very good. What are you looking up?
I'm not looking up anything. I've got Ed on the big screen, so I'm just
All right,
I'm doing both.
what we were just talking about before the Ed thing interrupted. Curtis Mayfield, you're looking at music to look up. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll do Curtis Mayfield.
Also, is Curtis Mayfield dead?
Let's find out. I think so. But maybe he's just laying low.
Yeah, man. You never know with black celebrities.
Died in 99.
Oh, heroin?
Let's find out. How did he die? He died of complications of type 2 diabetes at the age of 57.
Here's my favorite, one of my weirdest, craziest quotes. What did Quincy Jones claim Frank Sinatra died of?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Married to too old of a woman.
Quincy Jones was a bad man.
Yeah, Quincy Jones, not a great guy.
He's a bad man who made incredible music.
I mean, that guy has an unreasonable amount of money.
Yeah.
Executive producer of hang on, Mad TV and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So he had just one television show on that he owned.
Yeah.
For 20 years, effectively. Like, plus all the music. He has songwriting royalties on Thriller.
Yeah.
You know how much money that is?
Thriller, some Frank Sinatra songs. He's on those because he was the band leader for a lot of Frank Sinatra stuff.
Was he really?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, Quincy.
Yeah, he what's the word?
Is it bird? Bird is the word.
It's not. I don't know if it's like composed, but arranged. He arranged a lot of Frank Sinatra's music. And he was one of the only. Apparently, Sinatra like stood up for him because racists, like in the same way that he did for Sammy Davis Jr. Racists were like, we don't want this fucking guy here, and Frank Sinatra's like, you're fucking letting this guy in because he's a genius.
It's the funniest footnote about Frank Sinatra is it's like wild misogynist. loved other races. Like you're just like, shut up.
Weirdly open, surprisingly open. Oh, so hateful. Weird though. Had goons beat up young singers that might compete with an older Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah.
But made sure that Sammy Davis Jr. could come in through the regular door like everyone else.
He hasn't had one of those. This is discussing a Batman onesies. Since I've been around, not a coincidence, I'm sure.
I used to have great Spider-Man pajama pants. Real
what
good.
happened to those?
They were too small for me when I was 19 when I bought them.
How long did you keep rocking them? Because if I know you, you're about
a
to
while.
spend, like 10 years.
They were so tight,
There was
and it
like
was
a year where you were wearing jeans that had an unfathomable amount of different crotch holes, and you were just like, what am I doing? Like, I think it was. Pajama pants are in a different realm from a onesie, my friend. I mean,
fair enough.
I was watching some documentary and someone was wearing a unicorn onesie, and I got to tell you, that is in my Amazon right now.
Wait, was that a brony though?
No, it was not a brony. It was I was watching that America Meme documentary again because I forgot the fat Jewish was a thing for a while.
Oh, I forgot about the fat Jew. That
someone
joke thief.
Like my friends will occasionally like put up something from Fuck Jerry or the Fat Jewish, and I have to. It's one of the only times I'm like, can you please not follow that fuck?
Yeah.
Especially Fuck Jerry, but especially Fat Jewish.
Yeah, both of them can go fuck themselves.
GoFundMe to get Sadaf Betts a Batman jersey. I don't remember what I was going to say. There was like I had a plan. There was a whole thing. I don't remember what it is.
All right.
Well,
do you want to raid me? We'll call this a day. Do you want to replug just in case new people have come in?
I do. Everyone, check out my Discord. We are going to be getting some merch there. Maybe we'll be getting a Hummus Chums onesie. I am hosting a podcast called Rest Review. Please check that out. It's available where all good podcasts are found. My comedy releases are all available on Bandcamp. Most of that money goes to me. But if you don't have any money, just listen to it on any and all streaming sites. Or say, I don't have the money, and email me, and I will send you all of the links to all of my albums. I don't care. I just want the content out there. I don't give a fuck who listens to it.
John's stand-up is excellent. Check it out.
It is very good. Yeah, haven't lost it, by the way. Not to toot my own horn. Listen,
Not surprised.
Not the best stand-up in the world, but I haven't slipped nearly as much as I thought I had. Was just held back by sadness. But that's over.
Mm-hmm.
Also, lack of crowds. Hastings, I'm poor. Sometimes Twitches. Email John Hastings podcast @gmail.com. I will send it to you. Please forget all the horrifying notions you had in the past 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. First.
She means buying her a Batman onesie or Tom Tuck sheets or all kinds of awful things that they've suggested.
Alex Watson. Email John Hastings podcast @gmail.com. You will get those links. Wandering Joy is also correct. You can go check out my old podcast, Everything Can Be a Podcast, which is on SoundCloud, which is an improvised show I did for 3 or 4 different Edinburgh festivals, which is really fun and weird. And please check out. I have no memory of anything I said on those, so hell yeah.
I remember Sadaf and I went to go see one of those, and it was the hardest we laughed all festival.
I think I'm gonna bring it back. Oh man, I'm gonna pay for this, huh?
It was great. It was fucking great.
Yeah, I should maybe do that if the Fringe comes back.
I was surprised you stopped.
I stopped because I started losing my mind at that festival. Like I started being a type of tired that seems medical.
Yeah.
And it was also Alex Hall, our old agent, told me, how about you do one Edinburgh festival where you just focus on your show? And I did. It was the most successful one. And then I did that again the next year, and that was even more successful.
Yeah.
So I may do it again, but I should bring it back. It's pretty fun.
It's great, man.
Yeah. But yes, no, there's a picture that Dylan Gott has of me smoking in front of my flat in Edinburgh where I legitimately look about 80 years old. Like and I was just like, yeah. It was brutal. All right, I'm rating Chris Betts. The raid message is condoms forever.
Pow, 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 pow. I will poke holes in those. Holes so big that your dick goes through. Not for pregnancy, just so there's no condom.
I did look younger at the fringe. Oh, by the way, I almost just rated Cross Boots. Chris Betts?
Yep, just my name.
That name
Soon to be
again?
banded erratic, though.
That name again is Mr. Cloud. 9 viewers. 10. Oh, are they all gonna go?
Oh,
not all. Oh, raid! It's a
raid! It's a raid!
You're right, it is MZ.
Oh, raided! Welcome, Raiders. Where have you been? How's it going?
Ready.
Yeah. Condoms are great. Only Chris and the Catholic Church are against them. Make of that what you will. I'm not against them for everybody. I just, they're not for me. Cool. This is a great show, guys. We're gonna go off, and
Chris,
I'm gonna start streaming right away.
Apparently, you love condoms now.
Aw, sweet ass condoms. We're gonna stop. I would make a great pope. Thank you, Tiger.
You would make a terrible pope.
I'd make such a good pope because I'd be like a renegade. I've never read the Bible, so I'd be like really like, guys, what if God said this though? And that would really shake things up.
As so the annoying autodidact that would have read the Bible to just be an absolute prick.
I haven't read it, but I have listened to Johnny Cash read it.
Of course you have. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Were you holding hands with your wife and having a scone, you fuck?
We do listen to that to fall asleep sometimes. It's very good.
Where can I get that audiobook? Because that's a man who could read the Bible.
It's fucking great, man.
And Jebediah begat Ezekiel begat.
It's only New Testament.
How did you know, John? Yeah. I've got this fucks. It's only New Testament of what
only New Testament. It's so great. It's so great. You got to check it out. It's on Audible. It's on Audible. I can't remember who told me about it. Someone told me about it, and they were like, "Have you heard Johnny Cash read the New Testament?" And I was like, "No, but I'm about to, and we're going to stop having this conversation immediately."
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Definitely check it out.
Does he sing Hosanna? All right, we got to turn this off because we're having too much fun talking to each other, and then I'm just going to end up not going out and seeing the sunshine again, and I can't live in that world.
Get some vitamin D, you pale fuck.
Yeah, I'm out of here. All right.
Everyone else, I'm gonna. This is gonna disconnect for a second. I'm gonna start streaming again. I'm gonna have it on the starting soon thing. It's gonna say 0 because I haven't set a time, but I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm gonna get a drink. John and I have to discuss something. It's about future endeavor that involves us buying up all the Dogecoin and then selling it to start an honorable diamond mine.
I will go get that. I'm gonna go get that D, Baldy.
Yep. So we'll be right back, and then I'm gonna play NBA 2K with the player that I made up. It's gonna be great.
11th commandment. Thou shalt not appreciate one's Batman bed. It's about sucking dicks. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Dick sucks.
Goodbye.